Thank you for tuning in. Welcome to episode 3 of U.S. Air Force Command Clash, a 6-part series bringing active duty airmen together with special guests to see which airbase is the best at Call of Duty Modern Warfare. My name's Lisa Malambry, aka Lucy May, and last week we visited Nameless Air Force Base, home of the largest advanced air combat training mission in the world. Today we're going back to square one. It's every airman's first stop, Joint Base San Antonio, Lackland, for basic military training. Joint Base San Antonio is the largest and most diverse joint base in the Department of Defense. Here, more than 50,000 acres at 4 major locations, training, education, healthcare, combat support, cyber operations, and installation services take center stage. Joint Base San Antonio has more Department of Defense students and more active runways than any other military installation. JBSA Lackland is home to the 59th Medical Wing and the 37th Training Wing, which graduates nearly 80,000 young men and women from Air Force Basic, Technical, Security, and International training each year. Lackland Air Force Base dates back to July 4th, 1942, and with general mobilization following Pearl Harbor, the San Antonio Aviation Cadet Center grew rapidly. Naming the base happened on July 11th, 1947, after Brigadier General Frank D. Lackland, whom originated the idea of an aviation cadet reception and training center at the base location. Since 1946, JBSA Lackland has been described as the gateway to the Air Force. All right, now, before we meet our players, let's check out the battlefield. Every week, our airmen and special guests will be tested in multiple rounds of Call of Duty's free-for-all, gunfight, and Warzone. We start the day with 5 airmen and say goodbye to the lowest performing player of each of the first 2 game modes. The remaining 3 will represent Lackland in our finale episode, where they will be head-to-head with the 4 other bases to have one last chance to prove who's the best at Call of Duty. Okay, let's meet our airmen. First up, it's Senior Airman Diana Reed. Hello, and what is your job at JBSA Lackland?
Hi, my job is Cyber Systems Ops.
Okay, wow, that sounds really cool. So then what's the best part of service for you?
Service as a whole or the job?
I either. Whichever one's the best part of service for you. The job, the being in service at Lackland.
I love being in the Air Force. I grew up in a military family. My mom was Navy, my dad was Army, my older sister's Navy. So for me, it's all about service before self. I love it. I love being able to put on the uniform every day and going in and just being able to serve my country and do something that I'm good at and be satisfied in that.
That's fantastic. That's a very good reason. All right, well, thank you. Up next, we have Staff Sergeant Courtney Touche. Hello, what is your job at Lackland?
Hello, my name is Courtney Touche. Yes, I am a non-destructive inspector at Lackland Air Force Base.
Wow, what does that entail?
I basically do a bunch of scientific methods on inspecting cracks on the aircraft.
Ooh, all right. Well then, with that, what makes this base unique?
My base is unique, especially because of the, it's the headquarters for the Air Force to go to basic training. So I still get to hear all the commands, and I get to still see all the little, new airmen coming in, and it's great to see the graduations go on, and what makes it very unique to be on an installation that the Air Force is born and raised at,
Yeah, absolutely. That's a really great reason. All right, well, next we have Airman Staff Sergeant Zach Warren. What's up? How are you? And what is your job at Lackland?
I am good. My job at Lackland is I'm a 4D071, a diet tech.
Say again?
I'm a diet tech. Nutritional medicine.
Yeah, what is that? Ooh, wow. There's so much going on over there. That sounds really interesting. All right, well then, I know there's medicine, and then we're here for gaming. Like, if you had the choice, like if it was up to you to decide, how would you boost gaming in the Air Force?
Honestly, I would like to see them get a dedicated esports team, because I feel like it's a great tool to get out there and show people how amazing the Air Force is. And the fact that we have such, I feel like we're the smartest force. I feel like we need to find the smartest people, and I feel like gamers are some of the smartest people in the world. So,
yeah, it definitely helps sharpen some skills, right? Right, Zach?
Roger. Teamwork.
All right. Yeah, teamwork makes the dream work. Next, we have Airman Alex Young. Hello. What do you do at JBSA Lackland?
Hi. I do communication signals intelligence.
All right. I mean, these are some really awesome titles here today. I'm loving this. Sounds super fun. All right. And also what's super fun is this summer you played in the Wounded Warrior Project Apex tournament. Tell us, why do you think these kind of events are important?
That event specifically helped raise money for veterans and those alike who have gone through traumatic experiences. And I think being able to have both the military and the civilian world participate, it brings both awareness to people who might not know it. And it brings a lot of good people together, and it raises a lot of money as well.
Ah, yes. All right. All for the good. Thank you. And next, Airman First Class Gil Fuentes Rodriguez. Hello. What is your job at JBSA Lackland?
Hello. So my job, I am an intelligence analyst. The actual title for it is a cyberspace defender, cyberspace intelligence analyst. So it's pretty cool.
All right, have you already hacked into our show here? What does that
I
mean?
have not. Maybe in a little bit after.
Oh, but you can.
If I lose, I will.
Oh no, the opposition is listening. All right, well, Gil, hey, what is your mindset and approach to competition?
I mean, I've been a little bit familiar with competition before because I used to be involved with Rainbow Six Siege, and I used to play some competitive on that. It's kind of my first time in a competitive scene for Call of Duty. I really enjoy Call of Duty, and personally, I like to stay humble about it, but I do know that I am at least pretty good at Call of Duty, and it's something that I've really always wanted to do, and it's pretty exciting. I'm kind of nervous. I'm just excited.
You're nervous? Wow, we've got a cybersecurity guy that's nervous. Here are the airmen representing JBSA Lackland. Thank you all for being here, and we're really excited to seeing the gameplay. You guys, good luck. Now, let's meet our special guests. First up, he was an NFL running back for 12 seasons, inducted into both the Nebraska and Green Bay Halls of Fame, and is currently the coach of Lakeland University's new esports program. One of the nicest guys I know. Please welcome Ahman Green. Hey, what is up? Welcome. And the coach of University esports program? That sounds so cool.
Yes. I say right now I'm living a dream. We just wrapped up our first, esports training camp here at Lakeland University in year 0. So I'm having a good time right now. Some of the kids are kind of sprinkling in to start our practice that starts around 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. Get ready. I'll say for the first hour is going to be Valorant, and then some Rainbow Six training going on from there in Rocket League as well.
Ooh, that sounds fun. I mean, that's definitely an extracurricular activity I'd like to be involved with too. All right, well, Ahman, your favorite game mode in Call of Duty?
Ooh, I would have to say, give me some time to think about it. I'll say TDM, Team Deathmatch. I come from Halo. That's my background. So all I like to do is slay. So get them kills, rank them up. I do like the other game modes, Hardpoint, Domination, and S&D. But I'll say just somewhere I get I get in my favorite spot, my easy spot to go is slaying a lot of people out there on TDM.
All right. Well, then we're looking forward to seeing what you're going to bring today, Ahman. Can't wait. All right. And last but never least, he's a former Call of Duty pro player turned analyst and the host of CODcast. He recently wrapped up the first season of the Call of Duty World League and is here today to hang out with us. Hype it up, everyone, for Nameless. What is going on? Are you enjoying some free time in the off season, or is it just like you never stop? The grind is always going.
Oh, it feels fantastic. The season's finally done. I'm chilling. I'm hanging out. I'm playing games. Also, with Ahman Green, this guy's an absolute legend, guys. For those of you at home, we got to show respect where respect's due. Hall of Famer right there. But yeah, I'm having a good time. I appreciate you hosting the show and having a good time as well.
Oh, we're thankful you're here. So we're playing Call of Duty. We know that every year there's a Call of Duty. New one's coming out. What are you hoping for in the new Black Ops Cold War?
Okay, well, a lot of things. But
give me your first one, the one.
Yeah, I'd probably say ranked play. I think ranked play is very important for a game because it gives something people want to get on and they want to compete, right? And right now in Modern Warfare, you got to play Warzone to have sort of that competitive experience. And I want people to be able to play what the pros play. So ranked play is number one for me.
All right. We're looking forward to that as well. Well, thank you guys for being here again. And we can't wait to see the action. Have so much fun. So now those of you at home, now that you have met the players, let's meet our marvelous caster. He's an actor, comedian, and streamer. He's the voice of Ghost in Call of Duty Modern Warfare. All the hype's in chat for Jeff Leach. What is up, my guy?
What's going on? Yeah, I just got done from flying around the country breaking hackers' fingers. That's what I'm doing now. Got to make money however you can during COVID, you know?
We have so much banter already going on. We haven't started. Yeah. Hey, Jeff, last week you said your playstyle was full aggro and that basically your teammates needed to keep up or get out. So I want to know, what is your biggest team pet peeve?
Oh, bad comms. Just someone talking incessantly over the top of what the team is trying to do. When I'm running a squad and I'm leading them, last thing I need is, just someone jabbering on the background about what they had for dinner. It's a nightmare. Shut up and focus on the gameplay.
What about no comms?
I mean, no comms is just as bad as well. I don't need a silent sissy. I need you to shout out where those players are. I need to know where the tangos are. I need to know where the hackers are so I can get around there and break their fingers and earn my 25 cents an hour.
All right, Jeff, I'm really excited to hear you all day today. And that is, I'd say enough chit chat for now. Let's get right into the game, shall we? Jeff, I'm just going to give it right over to you.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Lisa, and welcome, COD lovers. As mentioned, today we're going to be treating you to a plethora of COD game modes. These are going to include free-for-all, up first, 2v2 gunfights, and then, of course, we will wrap things up with the almighty Warzone Showdown. But our players are not just trying to prove their prowess in Verdansk, they're also competing for bragging rights on their local base. To do that, survival is going to be the name of the game. Points will be tallied over 3 rounds of free-for-all to start with, and then the airman who scores the lowest is going to have to make like a UAV and RTB for resupply. Bye-bye, crewman! Leaderboards will then be returned to 0 points as we start our 2v2 gunfights. But again, our airmen are playing to stay. So after 3 rounds of 2v2, we're going to bid farewell to 1 more of our recruits. And then once it's down to just 3 contenders, the score resets a final time and we'll drop hot in the AO for a Warzone sweatfest with a last chance to rack up points for the ultimate on-brace bragging rights. That's what's coming up. So let's kick off with our free-for-all matches. Right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen, counting down from 10, our first free-for-all match. Everything to play for, every single one of our airmen here trying to get as many kills as possible. Make sure they don't end up in the box. And you see Quantum P there, sitting out up top. Vegan Ghost gets the first kill. On this map, especially here in Rust, it's really important to keep some kind of cover to your back. You don't want to be picked out in your 6. Constant movement round the outside of the map. Oh, look at that. Lovely headshot there. Big kill. Vegan Ghost has got 2 kills on the map already. Navan coming through with 5 kills, sitting pretty at the top, way out in lead. As you can see, really using the ammo in an important way there by not emptying the entire clip, just using the bullets that are needed to take down a player. Boom! A nice little execution there as well. The BM, can you believe it? What on earth was that airman doing lying on the ground there? We will never know. But look at that, standing out in front. Nirvana's got 8 kills, absolutely dominating the map. Can anyone catch up? We'll find out soon. In 4th position there, Vegan Ghost got 2 kills. Started out so strong, now sitting weak in the back end of the players. Nirvana is absolutely dominating. I mean, you can see how they're playing. It's such a considered approach to the play. only going for headshots, really utilizing the full clip to make sure they take out 1, 2, 3, 4 players. Unfortunately, when you get third party like that, there's nothing you can do against that. But still, sitting out top with 11 kills, Navan, absolutely dominating across the board. Sweetest Mage sitting in the middle with 4 plays. There you go. Not looking on their 6, not keeping their head on a swivel. That will find you bullets to the back of your head. Unfortunately, that's the way it's going to be going if they don't keep their head on a swivel. As you can see, these loadouts here, everyone has selected their loadouts. We see a lot of MPs. Of course, the SMGs absolutely slap up close and personal. I personally love to run an AR in these game modes as well, just to have a secondary pusher class at your disposal. That way, you ensure that you can get the kills when they're needed most wanted. And also, especially when you run out of bullets with one gun, you can get that rapid switch over to your secondary weapon and hopefully continue to dominate. There you go, using good use of coverage there. Navan, 16 kills, way out in front, but Optimus closing that gap with 14 kills. Optimus looking to try and close that gap. Can they get the extra 2 kills to take the lead? They can't. 15 to 17 there. It's definitely between these 2 players right now. Who will be taking home the crown for the first round, though? Time will tell. Navan looking absolutely solid. Brangs another one there, puts it into the back end of the ranking. 18 kills. Looking to finish this one nice and strong, but Optimus has closed the gaps with 17 just sitting behind. Can they get that all-important kill, push them into a double ranking there of 18 apiece, and hopefully take the top? Yes, they can. 18 apiece. Who is going to take first? Who is going to take second? Optimus pushes into 19. Navan has got 19 kills. The next one will be the decider. Who is it going to be? Navan there, 20 kills. Optimus, 20 kills. Both of them neck and neck at this point in the game. Obviously, you can see one of them there using the M4. The M4 is a beautiful game for close and mid-range engagements, especially with the loadout there. They got the low barrel. They got very short stock. Understanding. Oh, I see there. Optimus takes another kill, but Navan has really distanced themselves from that second place position. 24 kills to 21. Seem to be focusing on Navan's gameplay here. 24 kills they've racked up. Optimus close behind on 22nd. I think really for this map on Rust, because it's such a close engagement map, because you're really going to be circling round and around the outside and constantly keeping that head on a swivel to hopefully take up players who are creeping up behind you, you really do need to think clearly about your loadout. You know, using those lethals that can be chucked nicely across the map, hopefully taking people out as they crouch behind some kind of cover is a really important tactic. And also, of course, running with a decent pusher class. You need that MP. You want an SMG. You want an AR. You want to ensure that whether you're at mid or close range, you've got the stopping power to take care of the other players. Navan has 29 kills racked up on the boards. Distance the gap again from Optimus, but these 2 players really are standing out as the most legendary of the entire lineup here so far. This is only round number 1, though. Anything could happen in round 2. Another kill for Navan, taking the victory there. 30 kills in the bank. Optimus close behind with 26. And in third place position, Sweetest Mage with just 15. Showing just how incredible Optimus and, of course, Navan were in that first game. Now, Alex, I know you're Navan in game. Alex. Oh, no, Alexander Young. There you are, mate. Can you hear me?
Yes, Jeff, I can.
Dude, you absolutely dominated there. It looks like at one point that Gilberto was going to catch you up. He was constantly neck and neck for a little bit, 28, 29 kills, but you managed to come out on top in the end there. How did you decide your loadout for that map especially? Because it looked like you had a very strong pusher class.
So that's actually a similar loadout to what I'm seeing professional player formal play. I'm not much of a sub player myself, so I like to run the AR, and I know that AR class, especially with the no stock, is really good for the run and gun style. So
absolutely, short stock, long barrel, making sure you can get those close and those mid-level engagements. All right, we're going to head back to Lisa now. Great job to all the airmen. Let's send you over, Lisa, for a more in-depth chat about the successes and failures in round 1.
All right, I'm here right now with our lowest player of first round, Courtney. Is this the tone that we should expect for the day? I'm putting you on the spot right now.
I would hope not. I don't know, I just couldn't get my groove in that game. I kept getting a lot of crossfires and just kept getting spawn killed, so I just gotta, hopefully another map will work out for me.
Oh, yeah, Rust is a little a yikes. It's definitely a lot of third party. I mean, you're just never, ever alone. But I don't know. Let's get a little more in depth than on you with Lackland. Let's see. What should we ask? First, I want to know, what time do you have to start and get ready for the day?
Oh, I start at 0600, so I'm out of the door by 5:30 in the morning, and I'm at work by 6 o'clock in the morning. So it's been back and forth though because of COVID. So we've been night shift, day shift. You know, a lot of night flying and day flying. So, but yeah. So 6 o'clock in the morning.
Flying? Are you? Have you piloted any aircrafts?
Oh no, definitely not. No. I wish I could become a pilot, but that's a lot of work and a lot of brain cells. So I work for the pilots. I guess you could say. I service the pilots.
And you said you make sure that the plane doesn't have any damage on it prior to taking off, right? Was that correct?
Yeah, basically we just check for any kind of cracks, like over stress or fatigue over time. Yeah, we just make sure it's safe enough. So a lot of like certain hours each aircraft flies, you just have to check for certain things and make sure, you know, all the plane is holding together very well.
I've been held on a runway for a very long time over a scratch, and I was pretty upset about that. But what could that do potentially if that went in the air? What are some bad things that could happen?
Oh, considering how fast those planes are going in the air, I mean, a lot of stress onto a crack will basically, you know, make you lose a component, and you don't want to lose any components on the plane while you're in the air, so.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's keep all that together. Courtney, all right. Well, we're hoping to see a better performance out of you in round 2, and hopefully we're not saying goodbye to you after free-for-all. So good luck. And now, I'm going to come on over with our leaderboard leader, and it is Alex. Hey, buddy, how you feeling right now? I mean, it's got to be real nice, just sitting pretty at the top.
Yeah, it's pretty intense match. I don't really play much free for all, especially, so it's really hectic. So I'm trying to get my bearing when I play. So
it sounds like you've got that run and gun down, though. You were talking a lot about specifics into hip firing and exactly what kind of the attachments are necessary or not even necessary to utilize those kind of movements. And would you say that the stock in itself is the most integral part of that kind of gameplay?
I think just being able to move quick and, you know, as soon as you can run up on somebody, it's the first one that shoots. So whatever makes you aim faster, move faster, that's all that matters. So.
Which is like, get rid of that stock. It's way too chunky and an extra piece of nothing that needs to be there. All right, so getting personal with you. Let's see. Over at JBSA Lackland, what would you say? Do you have any fun stories for us that you could just like rattle off? Like one experience that you'd had that just sticks to the top of your head that you're just like, wow, that was amazing.
So one time I remember specifically, it was my first summer here, and I didn't really know how strong the heat was. So I went hiking with one of my good buddies on my birthday up to a place called Enchanted Rock. And it's not really a long hike, but it's a very steep hike. And the moment we got to the top, it was pretty much the worst experience I think I've had in terms of having to, you know, walk or run anywhere. And that alone was probably one thing that made me not enjoy hiking. But definitely at the top, it was a sight to see. Got to see rainfall from miles away, and you just see clear skies and then rainfall. It was so cool to see. So.
Oh wow, that does sound nice. Oh, water, nice. It sounds like you got it a little better than the guys and girls at Nameless, where they complained about those desert temperatures. So you're probably thankful to be there in Texas, where there's a little more moisture in the air. All right, well, good luck. Hopefully you stay on the top. Looking forward to seeing what you do for the rest of the day. Now, moving on. Okay, let's see the leaderboard after one round. Jeff, how's it looking?
Navan likes a bit of rainfall, and he was raining down bullets in that round number 1. Alexander Young sitting pretty at the top with 30 solid points after round number 1. Gilberto Fuentes Rodriguez close behind with 26, and then the rest of the pack less than half the points, all the way down to Courtney Touchette, who's only got 10. She's going to have to do a lot in round number 2 to try and pull herself back to the top of the rankings. Speaking of which, we're going to be heading over to the scrapyard next for round number 2. Let's get started. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, round number 2. Let's see if Courtney can pull herself up by the bootstraps and get herself out of last position on this round. Remember, we've also got our ex-pro COD player, Nameless, in these rounds as well. Absolutely decimating people, I'm sure of it. There we go, straight up, racks a couple of kills for Phoenix CBR. Remember, this is one of the newer maps in multiplayer relative to the others, and so much cover here to be utilized. It really, inside of those planes in the center of the map, again, a lot of the players tend to just rotate around the outsides, looking for those kills. There you go, cheeky little peek round the corner, slaps him in the face and says, good night and thank you, ma'am. Right, round the corner here. Yes, that's it, a little slide peek. Shooting him in the chest. Again, bunny hopping, sliding into your opponents. All of these are viable options. Right, having a little look here of Sweetest Mage. Only 1 kill. There you go. Takes a second. Still in 5th position, though. And slap from behind. That's why you got to keep your head on a swivel throughout these modes. It's the only way to do it. Checking out Sweetest Mage here. 2 kills racked up so far. There's not much between first place and between last place right now. 4-2 in terms of kill numbers. Ooh, can't take the headshot and gets destroyed for that mistake. Sending out the nades nice and early with the loadout. Unfortunately, it's not good enough to protect them from a nice little flank kill there. Nameless is sitting out on top with 6 kills, as we would expect. He's an ex-pro COD player. What more do you want, ladies and gentlemen? Vegan Ghost, 3 kills up on the map. Unfortunately, he's popped by someone jumping from the top level down to the bottom and saying, no, get out of my building. Now, Sweetest Mage is trying to employ a tactic right now of using these big hangars as some kind of coverage and pinpointing players on all different angles. Unfortunately, not good enough to refuse a shot from Kawhi Mara into the side of the head. Another kill there for Navan, taking him to 8 kills, and Vegan Ghost racks up a nice 4-kill string. Slow movement there. You can see who the players who might be a little bit more experienced just in the way that they move. Less sliding, less slide cancel and pushing, less rotation of the head, looking in all different directions. It's just a bit more of a focused, direct gameplay. As you can see, doesn't always pay off, and they're taken down. Nameless sitting out top with 10 kills, but Navan again dominating in round number 2 with 8 kills. Is this going to be a second round win for this Airman? We'll find out at the end. Optimus takes out Navan, though, trying to assert their dominance and saying, nope, you may be out top right now, but I'm coming for you, and coming for you they are with 11 kills. 10 to Navan, 11 for Nameless. Navan is sitting in 3rd position. Nameless up at top with 11 kills, and Optimus must be sitting in 2nd position right now with another 11 kills too. Oh, down in 6th place, Phoenix camping in the top of the building, sitting behind a wall, slow and steady, will not win the race in a game of Call of Duty multiplayer. You gotta up your game. Come on, son. Get involved. Get aggressive. Let's see some kills. Not looking to his left, not looking to his right. Absolutely at the mercy of anyone who creeps up behind him right now. Comes around with a little pre-fire, but it's not good enough to take the kill, and unfortunately is denied another one on the leaderboard. Nameless sitting up top, Navan in 2nd position. Optimus has taken the top spot now with 14 kills. Asserting dominance once again, just wants to take over Navan here to see if they can come out on top in the 2nd round. But I feel like both of those players are going to be safe moving into round number 3 with very little to worry about. Through the door, takes the Kingslayer kill there. Can they get the 2nd? Yes, a nice little drop shot there. Using that prone, such an integral tactic for so many of the players. You see the pros do it, and you're seeing the Airmen doing it here today. Through the corner, another kill, shooting those ridiculous kawaii kitty ears straight off Mara's head. No thank you. This is not a Twitch stream. Get out of my lobby, they say. Nameless sitting up top with 18. Optimus has taken the 2nd position with 17 kills there. Remember, they came 2nd in round number 1, sitting pretty in round number 2 as well. Sweetest Mage in 3rd position, doing a lot more damage than they did in the previous round with 11 kills. Woo! Couldn't just get the finish there as that player popped inside of those airplanes. That's what I'm saying, using constant cover, keeping your head on the swivel, looking left, looking right, and hopefully connecting and not completely missing your shots. That's going to be the best tactics to actually get some kills. Boom! Taken out there, Vegan Ghost sitting in 5th position. Not a very good position to be in right now. 10 kills only on the board, but not a lot. Distancing top place from last place on this round, 10 to roughly 20 instead of the 30 to 10 we saw in round number 1. which means that all the players are stepping up their games. Maybe Nameless has taken a little bit more of a relaxed approach and has decided to spare the Airmen and give them a little bit of mercy on round number 2. Optimus takes the top spot from the ex-COD Pro player there and has distanced the gap with 22 kills. Navan sitting in 3rd position, Nameless in 2nd with 21 kills. Love to see it. Denied though. Nameless has decided to come out on top again, saying, no, I'm the ex-COD Pro player. How dare you take my top spot? Phoenix CBR, unfortunately, lagging way behind there. Only 8 kills. You can see that the movement is so much slower from Phoenix. They really are not very experienced on these maps. Don't seem to know where the coverage is. Obviously not taking into consideration the fact that those warehouses are big, open vessels. And if you're looking one direction, you have all opportunity for players to come up behind you and take you out on your 6. Really got to keep your head on a spin, or you got to take some better coverage, like these players are doing in the center with those planes in the scrapyard there. I see a lot of the players are using the M4s in this round. It seems to be an interesting choice. Personally, love to run with a nice MP as my secondary weapon. Also using a decent AR, maybe with a higher ammo count. That might have been a better option for a lot of these players. I'm not seeing a lot of Bruins. I'm not seeing a lot of PKMs. And those guns, as you know right now, are absolutely slapping and destroying all of the opponents. Nameless out on top with 27, 28 kills. Optimus close behind with 27, 28, 29. Ooh, just kill by kill by kill, distancing these two. Love to see it. Optimus neck and neck with Nameless now with 29 kills. Nirvana is lagging a little bit behind with just 23 up on the boards. And there's the victory. Nameless asserting his dominance, saying, I am the pro player. I'm not going to be beaten today. And 30 kills takes the win on round number 2. Right, let me talk to the one, the only Phoenix CBR. Courtney, what's going on, Court? You had a difficult first round. You've had a second difficult round. Now, do you get to play an awful lot of CODs on base with the rest of your squaddies, or is this not something you get to do a huge amount with your free time?
I mean, I do get to play Call of Duty quite a bit. Honestly, free fall is not my thing. I'm more of a Warzone and definitely love gunfight a little bit more. But yeah, I picked up someone's M4 and that thing rips. I should have used that.
What's your normal loadout when you're running a few Warzone games with your friends on base?
MP7 and AX50 all the way.
There you go. I mean, the MP7 slaps. The MP7 and the MP5 still good for those multiplayer matches. You put in a valiant effort. We'll see what the leaderboard looks like in just a second. But first of all, let's head back to Lisa for a more in-depth chat.
Thanks, Jeff. I'm here with Zach, the lowest on the leaderboard on the second game. Zach, all right, Boneyard, what do you think was not working for you here?
I got a lot of spawns on the inside of the map, and I was trying to work the outside of the map, but spawned right in the middle of the map, and everybody's just like, "Oh, there he is." So it was kind of rough. Right. So
Yeah,
I was trying to get to the outside and work it.
All right. Well, I guess then with that, let's dive a little bit deeper into who you are. How long have you been in the service?
I've been in next January will be 12 years.
Wow. So have you been at Lackland pretty much this whole time, or have you been kind of bouncing around to different installations?
Lackland about most of the time. I was in Alaska for about 6 years.
Ooh, how was that? I want to know.
I love Alaska. It's amazing. I was in Anchorage, Alaska, so it's warm there, so it's not as bad. It's beautiful. It's very nature. The base is really fun. There's a ski lodge on base for us, and on the Air Force side and the Army side, there's really just bears. But we got we got all the nice stuff, and plus you get to see all the planes take off because it is an air base. So
yeah, no slopes in Texas, but that's fantastic. Thank you so much. We're hoping that you're gonna do better in the third round and get to stick around with us. So we're going to find out how you're doing. So good luck. And with me next, it's going to be our top player. That is Gil, our top airman player, I should say, because Nameless just barely, you guys were going neck and neck. And I don't know, I think you guys got the same amount of kills, but it gave Nameless the #1 spot. Or is that how did that default? Is it just
So
alphabetical?
whenever
No.
I don't know how it works. So, like, I killed the person at the last minute, but then when I look at the score, I guess we got the kill at the same time. So, I mean,
Maybe it has to do with like. No, I honestly don't know. Nameless would be the one to answer that for us.
maybe because he
either
died
way.
the less times. I don't know.
Ah, okay. All right, yeah. So I guess it's like other factors, like damage and what have you. But Gil, you're slaying. You're getting your groove. You've got one more round, and you're just gonna be crushing the competition. Let's get to know you a little bit more. Where are you from?
That's crazy. So I'm actually I was born in Puerto Rico. I lived there around 12 years. Then my dad actually decided to join the army because growing up, we weren't very wealthy. And at that point, that was kind of the thing that my dad was like, well, I'm going to join the military and provide for my family. And exactly that he did. And here I am now, following the footsteps, but the Air Force, not the army.
Oh, yay! That's an awesome story, Gil. We're excited to see you press on. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, now, in basic military training, or BMT, you're not just physically pushed, but also mentally prepped through a revamped curriculum to create disciplined warrior airmen. Take a look.
There tends to be these rumors about BMT is soft. Or BMT isn't like what it was back in my day.
Let's go.
We have to be a warfighting force that's capable of fighting on our 3 forefronts. So in BMT, we are all about the lethality of our airmen.
Believe it or not, the tactics we're trying to teach you today might save your life.
What brought about the change is a recognition of what our senior leaders are saying. We need to be ready, we need to be lethal. We don't know what the future holds, but we need to be ready for it. And so we stepped back and said, okay, if we're gonna have a more ready airman, what does that look like?
We look to purposely move folks into a warrior mindset that they can understand that they can deliver a punch and take one as well. What we wanted to do was give birth to a beastlier beast that was resequenced as the expeditionary culminating training event that includes now more hand-to-hand combatives than it's ever contained before. And so that's a 5-day experience that is going to allow that person to feel tested at every turn, to be able to feel tested as an individual, but also tested as a team.
Don't stop, come on. You're almost there.
So I don't want to give the impression lethality and readiness means that that's a physical component. There are important resiliency aspects that we get after here, and small group facilitation is a perfect example of just one of those.
Just physically fit, we'll be good, right? No, sir. Why not?
The new curriculum, it is based on critical thinking. Airmanship is one of those arenas with a multitude of topics that can mentally prepare people. And you are giving trainees an opportunity to begin critically thinking way earlier in their careers than some of us had the opportunity to. We're just giving them a way to think about, what would I do if I was in this situation? Would you sign off saying that you know how to do a task when that task could mean life or death for a crew and a pilot? These are things that some of these trainees have never thought about in their lives. And since they already have that foresight, it's going to make their decision making and their critical thinking a lot stronger.
It's a different generation. Every generation has its strengths, but they're wicked smart. They're smarter than I was. They look at problems and they have a desire to solve them. They're not okay with just, being told to shut up and color. And so we still tell them to shut up and color, but we also give them a couple crayons instead of just one. I think basic military training has gotten harder over the last year. General Goldfein talks about how the Air Force we are building today is the Air Force that we will be fighting with in 2030. And we need airmen who are willing to attack that problem, and that's what we're trying to create here. So if you're gonna come and join the Air Force, you gotta bring it. You gotta come and get ready to earn it, because they're not just gonna hand it to you.
Right, and there we are after round 2. Let's see the way the scores look. Gilberto Fuentes, Rodriguez, and Alexander Young sitting way out in top, ladies and gentlemen, with 55 and 54 points respectively. They're safe, let's be real. It's going to be between Courtney, Zachariah, and of course Diana in this final round to see who is going to be axed after the free-for-all matches. Who will it be? Only time will tell as we go into round number 3. Are these airmen going to get to jet to dizzy new heights on base today, or will they end up eating tarmac? Let's find out over on the shipment map. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, moving into round number 3. Now remember, Vegan and Phoenix are the two who are sitting in the lowest positions right now. They've really got to prove their mettle in this final and third round on this shipment 24/7 map. I'm not quite sure what was going on there, just throwing the sticky grenade directly in front of themselves, taking this kind of backseat approach. I mean, hiding around in the crate there. I don't think that's going to work out well for them. You've got to be more aggressive than this. You've got to get those kills. You've got to get those pushes. There we go. Now we finally see a bit of action, and it slaps in the face with an LMG there. Good night. See you later. Navan already doing some damage with 5 kills racked up on the board. We know that Navan is an excellent player. We know that Optimus is probably going to be close behind on kills. We really want to see what's happening with Vegan Ghost here in 6th position with just 2 kills. Doesn't look good for them. Navan sitting up top with 7 kills. As we all know, Shipment is an absolute sweatfest. This is really the map that you're going to be using when you wanted to level up a weapon, get those camos, get those new skins, and unlock those new guns as they come out. And because of that, it is the most sweaty of all the maps. You have got to keep your head on a constant swivel. I really think that going for high kills and not worrying too much about the high death numbers is really the way to play this map. Trying to get those double kills there. Got a nice little crossfire kill as well. Ooh, a lovely evasion there. Dropping to the floor and getting the final kill. That's 3 in a row there. Navan sitting out top with such an excellent number. 14 kills on the leaderboard already. Absolutely dominating. Optimus in a close 2nd position with 10 kills. We knew that was going to be the case. A double kill there. Love that. Triple kill. Absolute fire plays from Navan. 15 kills up on the board. Absolutely dominating. Absolutely decimating all of his enemies there. He's taken down. Let's see how some of our lower players are getting on the leaderboard right now. Let's see who's sitting down in that 5th and 6th position. Vegan Ghost in 4th place. That's good for him. As we know, in the last couple of rounds, he has come either 2nd to last or last position. So he's really looking to get as many kills as possible. I don't know if shooting a traffic cone is going to be the play that they're after. What did that traffic cone ever do to you? How dare you? Pay your traffic ticket and get out of my lobby. Mage is sitting down in 2nd to last position with just 7 kills. As we know, Sweetest Mage really needs to dominate in this game to ensure they don't get axed at the end of round number 3. Can they make it happen? Time will tell. Not right now, though. Sitting in 6th position, 5th position, 10 kills. There we go. Maybe I spoke a little too soon. Seems to be dominating a little bit. Pushing a little bit more aggressively. Don't hide inside the crate. Get out there and get some kills, for the love of God. Otherwise, someone else will come and pick up your death and add it to their own score count. Sweetest Mage in last position now with just 10 kills. They really need to step it up. They've got to push more aggressively. They've got to keep their head on the swivel, and they've got to start pre-firing around those corners. You can actually take a huge amount of kills in Shipment just by bunny hopping around a corner and pre-firing. It's a tactic that most people use, and I'm not sure why so many of these lower players are not trying to employ that right now. As you can see, top end of the spectrum there, Navan, 29 kills. Takes the 30 kill, ends the rounds, and it's not looking good for Quantum, unfortunately. Whew. Ladies and gentlemen, absolute fire round, the sweatiest of the 3 rounds, as we expect when we're playing on a Shipment map. Zachariah Warren, now you knew you had to step up on that gameplay. I see that you've got some kind of cast on your hand. Is that right? Have you damaged your hand, your right hand? Oh, it's just a lovely bit of... Oh, it's just a bit of fashion. It's just a bit of fashion. Okay, unbelievable. I thought you were rocking a cast there. I was like, that is really stepping up to the plate. I can't actually hear your comms right now, so I'm going to switch over to Alexander Young. Alexander, you've been taken from the top position by Gilberto in the last couple of rounds. Are you slipping, mate? Is this things to come in the Gunfight 2v2 rounds?
I definitely wanted to see if the Kilo could keep up with the M4, but it definitely did not do me well. But no, that was a good game that he had on Scrapyard. It was definitely shaky, and I tried to bring it back, but Nameless and him just held the lead.
Mate, they're absolutely dominating, but you're still going to be sitting pretty after 3 rounds. Lisa, why don't we get a few more in-depth questions with these wonderful airmen? Over to you.
Zach, we meet again. How are you doing, my friend?
Good, how are you doing?
Hey, well, we're so thankful that you were here today playing with us, all in fun, and it was a fantastic time. We are sad to see you go, but before you do, where can everyone find you streaming?
I stream on Twitch at VeganXGhost, and I thought I was higher up on the list at the end of that.
Can we all call an audible? Production, was that quick maths incorrect? Over. Wait, am I doing that right, Zach?
I think so, yeah.
I don't know. Well, Zach, anyhow, hopefully people will get to catch you streaming over there on your channel. Thank you again for playing. Thank you, and most importantly, for your service.
Thank you.
All right, well, that's 3 rounds of free-for-all complete. 1 airman dismissed, and we need to send 1 more home. But first, do you think you have what it takes to be an airman? JBSA Lackland will surely let you know.
But getting out there and seeing what our airmen are being trained on, we talk about lethality, we talk about readiness, and continuing to move this needle forward. And this is a challenging course, and I'm glad our chiefs got to experience that. So the beast continues to be spun up to become a little bit more difficult. Our airmen are experiencing it. This has become the culminating part of their VMT experience. And then after they leave here, they're going right into graduation. So I can imagine covered in sand, dirt, and then leaving here with that sense of fulfillment that they have accomplished something.
You know, we all went through the same dirt before. We've all gotten dirty here before, and we can never forget where we came from. I think that's pretty important, right? And to earn that title of airman and to kind of re-earn it every day, but getting out here and mix it up with the same things we ask our airmen who are joining our Air Force to do is pretty good to kind of rekindle that team spirit, that warrior feeling to face the obstacles and the challenges in front of you and to do it together, to encourage each other. It's pretty neat.
So this is exciting stuff, and I would tell any supervisor who's getting an airman fresh out of basic training, out of tech training, they're getting some ready and lethal airmen.
Welcome back, everyone. As it stands right here, after 3 rounds of free-for-all, we see Alexander Young at the top, and we said goodbye to Zach Warren just before the break. Jeff, how's it going with you, my man? We've got so much more Call of Duty up ahead today, and you ready for it?
Oh, yeah, I was born ready for it. Absolutely. I can't wait to get into the next round of game modes, which is going to be 2v2 gunfight. I'm excited about it.
Yeah, well, without further ado, why don't you just go ahead and dive us right into some gunfight 2v2s.
Sounds great. So, ladies and gentlemen, after those furious free-for-all matches, we're now down to just 4 airmen. We said goodbye to Zach, and hopefully at the end of this match, we're going to say goodbye to 1 more of these wonderful 4 airmen. Even numbers is what we got, so that means it's a perfect time for some 2v2 gunfight action. Here's how it's going to work, ladies and gentlemen. One of the airmen below me is going to be teamed up with one of our very special guests to go head-to-head with another airman and our second special guest. Players will only have 1 life and a completely randomized loadout in each of the rounds. The best 4 out of 7 rounds will win the match. But remember, teams, this is not just a routine 2v2 with your regiment. At the end of this, the airman with the lowest score, just like Zach, will be saying goodbye and be given their marching orders. The first teams who are going to be going head-to-head right now are going to be Alexander Young, running with esports coach and running back Ahman Green, versus Courtney Touchette and their running mate, COD aficionado and streamer Nameless. Let's see how it's done, shall we? Right, so here we are, kicking off with the first of these 2v2 gunfight matches. Everything to play for, moving into this new mode. Remember, the points have been set back down to 0. Teamwork is going to be essential here. You've got 2 players. You're really going to have to work hard with your running mate. Already, a lovely little bit of precision pointing. Unfortunately, not good enough to receive a kill. And Navan absolutely dominates, pushing hard round the side, trying to flank the second player on the opponent's team. Can they get the kill? No, it's a bit of a cat and mouse chase right now. Back and forth, dropping the stun, and the stun wins the match on that first round, ladies and gentlemen. Coalition takes the win. Nameless drops a stun. and pops Navan in the back saying, I know you think you're good, but I'm the pro, and here I am to show you just that. Holding these stairs, mounting those guns, trying to get those angles. That's what it's all about. Oh, Nameless could have been popped if those shots were a little bit quicker. Unfortunately, he had his head on a swivel, saw what was going on. Coalition wins a second round, ladies and gentlemen. The Allegiance team is going to have to up their game if they want to be in with a chance here. Remember, 4 wins means the overall match win. But who's it going to be? Can the Allegiance team pull back and get a couple of kills up on the scoreboard? I certainly hope so for the sake of gameplay. Those shots have got to be precision. Phoenix there taken out. Lovely bit of shot from Ahman. Navan pops Phoenix CBR, but who's going to take the win there? Nameless again with a third coalition win. Nameless really showing why he has got that pro player status from back in the day. Dominating for his teammate. Ahman Green's going to have to step up a little bit here to show him who's boss as we move into the next round. If they get this win, that'll be a coalition overall win for their team. But no, denied there. Nameless takes out the Allegiance teammate, pops him onto the head, goes for the heavy push, drops a stun, and Nameless is taken out there. Great play by Ahman, popping Nameless, avoiding that stun. And now it's just Phoenix CBR going head-to-head with the high ground. Holding that high ground could be a good play for them. Jumps over the top of the player. Can they get the shot in? They can! But Coalition wins the 4th and final round. Whew. A clean slate there. 4 wins to 0. Now, Alexander Young, you were teamed up with Ahman Green, and you've dominated so much in the previous matches. Be honest, did Ahman let the side down a little bit? Or was that one on you?
No, I think that's just a matter of, preparation. Not much team play there, and I think that goes on my end and his. I don't think there's much to blame around there. I think it's just a matter of playing together, and we didn't do that, so we got it next time.
Because that is the most diplomatic way to say, yes, it's all Ahman's fault. How dare he bring me down in the rankings? But Courtney, works out pretty well for you. You got teamed up with Nameless, who absolutely dominated in this multiplayer map, showing just why he is an ex-COD pro player.
Oh yeah, I was super thankful to know that Nameless is going to be on my team. I mean, he just annihilates in a gunfight match. He didn't even know the map, and he went in there just hammering shots across the map, so I got lucky.
Absolutely love it. Making good use of those stuns, ladies and gentlemen. Making great use of those stuns. You ball fought bravely, but it's not over just yet. You've got 2 more sets of gunfight matches to pinch some points before we make the cut. So, Lisa, back over to you.
Thanks, Jeff. Courtney's like, yes, thank you for the partner in Nameless. But everyone, JBSA Lackland not only turns civilians into airmen, they also turn puppies into military working dogs. Here's a closer look.
The Air Force trains airmen to watch out for each other, but it's not always men or women doing the watching. The wingman concept takes on a special meaning for members of the 802nd Security Forces Squadron's Military Working Dog Unit at Joint Base San Antonio, Lackland.
Good job, buddy. Good boy. I have to be able to know what my dog is thinking, and the dog has to know what I'm thinking. Motion plays a lot into it as well. Emotion travels up and down leash.
Military working dogs and their handlers spend about 3 hours a day practicing suspect takedowns, detection, and just playing in order to create an emotional bond.
If I'm feeling stressed, most likely the dog is also going to be feeling stressed. If I'm happy, the dog's probably going to feel happy, and it works both ways.
The development of this emotional two-way street helps the dogs and handlers strengthen what's already one of the most unique wingman partnerships in the Air Force. Air Force Staff Sergeant Patrick Dahl, Joint Base San Antonio, Lackland, Texas.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. So it's time for us to get 2 new teams to go up against one another in our second set of 2v2 matches. In this match, Gilberto will be teamed up with Ahman Green, and they will be taking on Diana and, of course, that ex-COD pro player, Nameless. Now get in there and smash their heads in. Let's do this. All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Loading in again to one of the newer maps, and look at just how small it is. Plenty of cover to utilize, but such a small space. Very easy to be picked off. You've got to be precision with your shots here. In fact, even just moving left to right could result in death. Sweetest Mage trading shots. Optimus has already taken out Nameless. What a great play out straight off the bat. Maybe that's going to be the tactic from now forward. Take out Nameless and the rest will fall into place. Not a bad look. Well done, Optimus. Holding strong for his teammate there. Trying to take the high ground there. Trying to take care of Nameless. Sends the nade in. Will it find its mark? No, unfortunately, no kill. Nameless avoiding it, taking some high ground. And he gets popped there by Optimus, utilizing that small map, getting those shot pulls, trying to get a nice angle. And again, another coalition win. As you can see here, Optimus, Airmen, Optimus, clearly has been playing these multiplayer maps, knows all of those different small points to get those lovely side-on angles. And that's really what we're looking for in these new maps. Oh, nicely ADS'd in there. Be careful, you don't know what's going to be coming up on your side. And Ahman shows that by popping Nameless nice and early in the game. Now they're going heavy on Optimus, understanding he is one of the strongest players there. Is there going to be a finish? Yes! And it's a lovely pistol finish up close. I'm surprised to see that Optimus didn't utilize some kind of melee attack that close and personal. And that went against him. Clearly didn't work to his advantage. A lovely little quick scope there, and the Allegiance pulls back with a nice final win. GG's on that one. Making it anyone's game. Sweetest Mage really showing their colors there. And we're into our third round, ladies and gentlemen. All to play for. Let's have a look at that kill counter. Optimus racking up 5 kills already. Sweetest Mage with 3. Nameless yet to take a kill, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, playing a little bit more carefully on this round, understanding that he's maybe been pushing a little too aggressively. He wants to take out Optimus nice and early. Can he get the snipe? He does. He takes out Optimus, and now he knows that Ahman is his final opponent. By taking out the stronger player of the two here, is this going to work out best for him? A lovely little quick scope, and Allegiance takes another win thanks to Nameless. All to play for with 2-2 up on the scoreboard. Look at that final kill. Love those quick scopes. Love the dedication to playing a little bit more protected, utilizing the various elements of cover. Nameless pops Ahman there, using that SMG. Sweetest Mage flanking from one side, Nameless from the other, and they will take the kill with that lovely flank and flank approach. 3 wins for the Allegiance. And the Coalition team are going to have to ask themselves some serious questions now. Can we hold off, make this 3 for 3, and get ourselves back in the running to take match point on the next game? Time will tell. Nameless pushing aggressively on the left there. If he can be taken out, as we know, that could mean big things for this team. Sweetest Mate pushing on the right-hand side of the map. Nameless coming up on his left. Oh, and now it's going to go down to a 1v1 situation. Nameless going up against Ahman. The smoke has been sent out. It's absolute chaos over there. Nameless pops Ahman, so now it's down to a 1v1. This kill has to come through. Unfortunately, it doesn't, meaning Allegiance take the 4 wins there. Nameless once again cleaning things up with actually a beautiful bit of FMJ shot directly through that wood. And that will be the final scores there. Nameless and Sweetest Mage decimating Optimus and Ahman in round number 2 of the 2v2 gunfights. Woo! Absolute fire, ladies and gentlemen. Diana, I know you're busy slapping the back of your monitor screen. I see you got a whole load of posters there of geek and nerd culture. Is that a big part of who you are on base? Do you love exploring the superheroes that you admire most? And now you become a superhero yourself as an Airman crew member?
I do. I love a lot of nerd stuff, 100%. Star Trek, Star Wars, everything. I don't see myself as a hero. Honestly, I see my mother as a hero. She's my inspiration for everything. And I couldn't do anything without her.
Wow, what a beautiful sentiment. Someone's trying to get themselves a nice roast cooked dinner on Thanksgiving this year. Good for you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if anything, we know that she has earned herself that delicious roast dinner Thanksgiving this year. Kings and queens have clapped, each and every one of them in those rounds, but they have just one last round of matches in which to claim the crown. But first, let's check back in with your host with the most, Lisa.
All right, well, thanks, Jeff. Airmen at JBSA Lackland aren't just running basic drills. Many are doing some amazing things to support others and the community. This is really cool, guys. Check it out.
What we do here at the 59th Dental Support Squadron is biomedical engineering type work, where we do surgical planning, we do medical modeling, we do programming to do research for the residents that come through, both here at Lackland and over at BAMC. We were tasked with designing and printing face mask shields, the holders, and we came up with a design that allows printing of the rigid portion that holds clear photocopy paper, and using parts that you can find readily, creating face masks. So every 10 hours, we're able to produce 25 of the face masks, which allows us to send them out to any provider that needs them, to give them the PPE that they may not be able to get currently because of the situation that we're in. So we're thankful that we're able to help out and keep the providers out there in the field protected. On a personal level, it's nice to be recognized for what we can do, and also it helps to get us out there to showcase what we're able to do so that we can help others. And we enjoy challenges back here. That's what we thrive on.
Since March 23rd, we made the decision to go ahead and start feeding our kids. They prepare the food early in the morning, the breakfast and the lunch. And when we come out here, we have the social distancing rule out. So we have tables that are set out. And when we find out how many lunches or how much breakfast that family may need, all of it is put in paper bags, and we go out and we place the paper bags on the table, and the parents wait until we set it there before they come out and get it. And so they retrieve it, put it in their car, and then they leave. So there's no contact between my staff and the people who are picking up the food. Anyone who is a student in our school who desires a lunch or a breakfast are eligible to come by and get a meal. We just want to make sure that parents know that this resource is available to them. We know that these are difficult times right now, and everyone may not have the extra money to buy the extra food that we know that kids are eating up being at home all day, every day. So this is just something to help out.
Okay, friends, so this is going to be our final round of 2v2 gunfight matches, and we're going to find out who our last airmen to be sent back to their barracks will be. In this one, Alex Young and Ahman Green are going to be facing off against Gilberto and, of course, Nameless. This is their final standoff, and it's anybody's game to win. Airmen, the time is upon us. May the blessings of RN Jesus be with you all. And remember, stay frosty, yeah? Here we go into our final round of gunfight 2v2 matches here, ladies and gentlemen. Using the hill map, nice and close, nice and small. Plenty of little crouch spots around here, though. You can get some great angles. As you see, Ahman is pushing up on the left-hand side of the map. Optimus and his crew pushing up on the right-hand side. It doesn't find its mark, though. Unfortunately, Gilberto cannot find the mark there. Sends one of his lethals out over the top, trying to pop Nameless. And he can do it! Absolutely delicious. Navan, great work. Alexander Young taking out Nameless, taking out the second player, and hopefully taking home that first point that could mean the first of 4. Pushing them towards the final championship place. Right into our second round now, ladies and gentlemen. Will they go for the same pushes on the same sides? Only time will tell. We got eyes here. Nameless is pushing aggressively on the right-hand side. His teammate sits a little bit further back. Pops Navan, taking out the better of the 2 players, I guess. No idea where he is as he sits over on the other side of the map. Ahman pushes, gets a kill. Unfortunately, cannot get the second. Nameless mops him up. and levels the score out at 1v1 right now. Everything to play for as we move into our third round, ladies and gents. We'll be kicking off with a coalition team here pushing up on the left-hand side. Slow and steady, slow and careful, taking a much more pragmatic approach on this third round. Trying to flank around the back of the other players. Nameless is there in front of him, doesn't see him quickly enough, and Nameless says, thank you very much for choking on that play. I'll take the kill, and I'll ripe up the rest of your teammates. Navan going head-to-head now with a coalition team who unfortunately get the second point. That's 2-1. Moving into round number 4. Uses a lethal throwing knife, popping his team into the top spot. Again, slow and steady here from the coalition team. Trying to get those shots off. He does it. Takes out Ahman. Nameless gets the kill. Navan takes out Optimus. It's now going to be 1 versus 1. What a throw! Did you see that throwing knife? Absolute beast move there. The throwing knife through the bush. Pops Nameless. And it's all over for them. This is a match point moving into this 5th round, ladies and gentlemen. Just one more win. And they might be sending Nameless and his teammate home. Are they going to take a more careful approach? Clearly not pushing aggressively. Sends a nade out. And its mark. It doesn't. No. Ahman and Navan managed to avoid that nade. They don't see the player flanking around the side of them. Off the top of the rock. And a lovely shotgun shot to finish the match. Putting them back in the running to take the win. Look at that Superman play. Over the top of their heads. Shotgun to the top of the dome. And it's good night. They need this win now to keep it even for that final match point. Let's see if they can take it down to the wire. Optimus and Nameless taking the center of the map. A coalition team flanking round, trying to get the kill. A lovely shotgun kill on Nameless and a second on the other player taking the win. Their coalition wins. And it's all over for Nameless and Optimus at the end of the third round of 2v2 gunfight. GG's to all players involved there. Woo! We did not see that coming. Obviously, over the previous games, we've seen Nameless and whoever their teammate is dominating all the rounds. But this time, that was not the case. In fact, Alexander Young and Ahman Green playing some incredible flanking plays there, pinching the opposition team in between those players. Was that the plan all along, Alexander? Or was that just the way that it worked out?
Yes, it was. Yeah, Ahman and I were definitely on it this time. We were communicating flanks, we were getting it, and then we came out on top.
Absolutely perfect. Rather than pushing together as the other team did, you flanked them, you took them out, and you are the winners of that final gunfight match. Over to you, Lisa.
Thanks, Jeff. All right, I am now here with Gil, who is our second airman going home. Gil, we were here already once today under different circumstances. However, you won that game. Now you're going home. But nonetheless, we are very thankful that you are here. We thank you so much for your service. And I just want to ask, what are you going to be doing now for the rest of the day? Now that essentially you're free.
Well, I don't know. So I might just go hang out with my wife since I've been stuck in this room all day. And just kind of chill out, I guess, for the rest of the day.
Good man. All right. Yeah, relaxing is good. It's definitely good for the soul. You need to just kind of like wind down and refuel. Did I just make an Air Force term there? No, not at all. Anyhow, Gil, I'm going to not take your ear and be cringing there any longer. Thank you so much again for playing and again for your service, most importantly, and enjoy the rest of your day. All right. Now, guys, before we move on, I want to check in on you all. How you feeling? Everyone staying hydrated? Everyone good? We've got a lot more Call of Duty still up ahead. I want to see some chat hype right now, so blow it up. That's while we set it up for Warzone, which is what we're going to be having up on deck. Everyone, I want you to listen to these airmen talk about their passion for active duty service.
You're the person, you're the guy. You're the expert, man. You're there. Once you're there, everyone's looking at you.
Our job here at Lackland EMS is to respond to any emergencies. Basically, what we try to do is stabilize and treat any life-threatening injuries or illnesses and transport our patients to the appropriate facility. Some bases are BLS only, some of them are ALS, right? So BLS stands for Basic Life Support. Here at Lackland, we are ALS, or Advanced Life Support. That just gives us a higher level of care, higher level interventions that we can perform in the field so that we get that patient the treatment they need quicker.
Our goal here is not politics, it's patient care. All right, however corny that sounds, that's what we strive to do. We love treating patients. The days that we have one call, they go, why do we need them? They don't do anything all day, right? It's the days that are busy, and it's the day that things go wrong, and catastrophically wrong, that everyone goes, where's EMS at? And we want them because they're the ones that are the best at this. And those days you go, this is why I did it. This is why I became this, right? It shows us our true purpose. EMS, once you're in the EMS, you're a part of the EMS, that's it. You're a part of the crew, you're part of the family. You don't see a lot of people that are, I know best. It's a lot of, hey, I need you. What do you think we should be doing right now, right? That's not Staff Sergeant to Airman, that's you to me. And your word, I'm gonna take that because it means a lot to me because I have that trust and that bond with you. That you see it on scene for sure. People start going to work. It's 110 degrees outside, everyone's sweating. You know, families are crying and screaming. We're working through it smooth. We bring the pace down because if you're relaxed, guess who else is relaxed? The patient, right? Everyone on scene is relaxed. We live for emergency medicine in that forward deployed medicine. So it's definitely a mentality, but it's cool to have a section where that's the basis of everything, is being prepared for anything. It's nice to have an active duty service like EMS here because patients like that flow of care. It's that handoff and that lateral communication. We're not having to change, our scope or hand them off to a service that might not understand the military system. Keeping the flow of military medicine, keeping the loop military is just incredible. We have all the capabilities to get these patients where they need to go in San Antonio. You can see where we save lives. That's the cool part of this job.
Bryce, this is Ghost. I think I found some new recruits for the 141. Do me a favor, ready the helo, and I'll bring the FNGs over shortly. Yeah, I miss you too. Big kiss. Ghost out. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. I've got my eye on some of these crewmen for my own squad, and it's time for them to prove their prowess. So without further ado, welcome to the War Zone. War Zone. War Zone. Couldn't afford an echo machine. Just roll with it. That's right, each of our remaining airmen is going to be teamed up with NFL hotshot Ahman Green, and each is going to be trying to rack up as many points as possible to be crowned the Call of Duty champ on base. Now, here's the way it works, airmen. Points will be calculated from the whole team score. That means yours and Ahman's. For each kill either of you get, you will earn 1 point. Your final placement in the Battle Royale will also earn you points, depending on where you place. And finally, if you happen to end up with the same score as one of your fellow airmen, the team that does the most damage will decide the tiebreaker. Let's get our first team ready for the drop then, shall we? Glorious! Look at them. And here is our first team ready to be our first duo partnership dropping in the AO. That's Courtney, and of course, watching her 6 is going to be Ahman Green. So how do you feel, ladies and gents? How you feeling? Pre-game strategies? Maybe you're going to be working out together?
Oh, yeah. I think we're going to play out the long game and just be a team and really focus on sticking together and covering each other's back.
Yep.
Wait, are you trying to get a Warzone dub, or are you trying to make your new best friend of all time?
We got to get the dub, baby.
Got to get that dub.
You can do both.
There you go, Ahman Green. What a sweetheart. Now, Ahman, you obviously gave some wonderful plays in the last previous gunfights, 2v2 matches. Are you a thirsty player? Do you like pushing hard to get those kills? Or are you just going to be watching Courtney 6 and making sure she's always above ground?
I say I like to watch the 6 because I want to make sure I got her back. This is a team game. Gotta keep her alive.
And what are your preferred loadouts as well? Because the two of you might have very different play styles. Have you discussed your loadouts as well for the Warzone?
No, we haven't. But my loadout is usually an MP5, no stock, 60 round mag, short barrel with the grip, granulated grip, and the Merc grip as well.
I love the precise nature of that description. What camouflage are you running on it? What charms you got on
No
it?
camouflage. I don't do the camouflage. I'm a grown man. I don't need all the bells and whistles.
Hey, love it.
No
and what about you, Courtney? Riot Shield, RPG, or you going full force with a nice little pusher loadout?
Oh, MP7 and AX50 all the way.
Nice. You might see a thermal. Ugh, disgusting. Can't believe you're doing it. Good luck to you, though. Right now, fortunately, ladies and gentlemen, you won't just have to listen to me describing the match play by play. I'm going to be joined by COD professional streamer and bearded legend Nameless. What's up, man?
Feeling good, man. I'm excited to get into these games. You know, I got to play some. I did actually lose one of the games to one of the Airmen, so they're pretty solid. I want to see what they can do in Verdansk.
I like that you're so sweet that you didn't assume it was just a fluke on their part. You went, no, I definitely got outplayed in that match.
I did. No, they played well, right? Like, I think we started off 0-2. We had a quick comeback, and they just crushed us at the end. So the players over there, they know what they're doing, man. I got to give them their props when it's due.
Now, how much do you split your time between like multiplayer matches yourself and obviously playing Warzone games? Are you one more than the other?
I'm actually strictly Warzone. I spent 10 years as a pro player, and then now I'm an analyst for the COD League. So I break down those games all day. But when I want to get out and have some fun, I like to play Warzone, man. Battle Royale has some special moments, and it can be hilarious and stressful at times, and also competitive. So I'm Warzone at the moment.
How you feeling about the current meta guns? Because I mean, there was that recently. We had that. Well, I mean, to me, it was like a minigun, like a miniaturized minigun.
Yeah, the Bruin was overpowered. Like, probably the most overpowered gun in the meta, in any meta we had so far in Warzone, right? But you know, it got nerfed. They made the reload a little bit slower, and the Kilo just rips now, right? So it's like Kilo, MP5, M4. The new gun, the AN94, is nasty. So we got some variety, right? So it's not just, you know, one gun that everybody's running that's OP, which is fun.
I can't believe you didn't even put the Grau in that list, mate. For me, from the ARs, the Grau and the Kilo, always going to be, after being nerfed and after being, you know, leveled down, they're already the strongest guns. They're going to remain that way. And they're absolute laser beams as well when you're down there on the ground.
Yeah, the ARs are absolute laser beams. The Grau is really good. I see a lot of people continuing to use it, but for me, I just got tired of it. I used it for like 2 full seasons on the game, and I was like, I'm tired of this gun. I need a challenge, so I switched over.
Fair enough, mixing it up. Well, my preferred loadout as well is the Kilo right now with the MP5. Let's see where this team is going to drop. It looks like they've highlighted themselves a bounty contract, going full rage, full force, and hoping to get some early kills. Is that the way that you would have done it, considering that the final placement does add to the scores?
Drop it immediately on a bounty. It can pay off, right? Because if you get that bounty and the player's close to you, and you end up getting that squad wipe, you get the money to buy a loadout, and you're pretty much set for the game. So I do like to land on an objective early on, but they're landing in a hotspot near Superstore, so this can get kind of dicey.
Absolutely, yeah, these apartment blocks around here, I've had so many engagements, normally with people camping out on the top of them with a, you know, an AX50 or a HDR. That's generally what seems to happen, but I do agree with you that going for an early engagement, getting an early operation done. Oh, you've lost me, have ya? Can we patch me back through to Nameless?
Producers.
Right, as you can see here, I'm just going to keep this going. The team seem to be slow and steady seems to be the port of call here. And he's back. Welcome back, Nameless. Good to have you back, mate. I missed you. It was only 2 to 3 seconds, but I'm going to be honest, my life felt infinitely less joyous and beautiful without you in it.
Man, it's just the work from home life, right? Like, technology just breaks sometimes. Sometimes it just wants to go crazy. But we're back now, and we're better than ever. So they did get that bounty, and it looks like they're going to be advancing on that player soon with pistols. So that's scary.
I know. Not very fast engagement here. Phoenix seems to be engaging with someone. Unfortunately, Ahman is just sort of chilling in the back room. He's checking on the baby in the crib there.
Yeah, it looks like they're just hanging out. They need to get some guns now, so Phoenix is finding some decent weapons. She's got... That is actually the Grau right there. That's one of the better guns to find from ground loot, and the bounty's getting a bit closer, so if it does come close, she's going to have to be the one that takes the engagement.
I like to see the fact, I at least like to see the fact that they have now squadded up. They are running on each other's 6. Now they can move together and start to get that engagement. I see they're going to push through the apartment complexes here and see if they can get a flanking position maybe on the bounty.
Yeah, the name of the game right now is just find as much utility as you can. They both need a plate and a few more at that. Ahman still needs to find a weapon, and they only have $800 to their name. So you want to avoid that gulag at all costs, stay alive, and loot up.
I do like the fact that I actually expected Courtney, based on the first few matches we saw with her, obviously she struggled a little bit on some of the multiplayer modes because it wasn't her natural home, but she seems to be moving a lot faster and looting a lot faster than Ahman right now, and clearly is a lot more versed in the Warzone maps.
Yeah. Yeah, you heard them talking about it in the interview that she was like, yeah, I'm ready to go. Just stick together. Let's play the long game and take our time. And Ahman was like, I definitely like multiplayer a little bit more, but you know, I'm just going to watch her back when it comes to Warzone. So, you know, he likes to play slow, make sure his teammates stay alive, and he's not going to take any risks that don't need to be taken. So it looks like they're going to play the long game and just try to secure a win playing circle.
If they sit here and just camp out in this building for the entire game, that is going to upset me deeply. It's going to upset me. All right, there you go. She's got some eyes on a tango over there in the northeasterly direction, moving behind those two silos. Is she going to take a few pop shots? We got one on top. Oh, no, she's going to shoot the wall instead. Always good to take out the wall beforehand, just to show the wall who's boss.
Yeah, that player got shot from somewhere, but has no idea where, so he's just doing circles. Unfortunately, this gun is not going to be good from this range for this fight, so they're going to have to just maybe stay down, wait for them to get closer. I think they're just trying to hold their position, play circle, and see where things wind up going.
I'll be honest with you. I mean, based on what we've seen in previous episodes of this competition, it really does feel like slow and steady, whilst it might get you some good points in the final, you know, those final placements, you really got to rack up those kills. The best way is to go a little more aggressive, especially when they picked up that bounty. I thought that was a sign of them saying, we're going to get high kills, we're going for a high kill game, and then obviously the final placement, maybe we'll take it a little bit more seriously in those final few circles.
Yeah, I'm scared for Ahman right now. He only has one plate to his name. If they get into a fight and he takes any damage at all, he's going to be screwed if he doesn't have plates. So you see the chopper going up above them, shots fired, but you're really not going to be able to do too much damage with the weapons that you have. They really need to at least get utility before they post up. So we're seeing them slowly maneuver towards the silos, but there's just not a ton of loot over here. So it's getting a little bit stressful.
It's so strange to watch other people's gameplay of Warzone, especially because, like yourself, Warzone is my first port of call. That's why I play 6 days a week on my Facebook gaming, Jeff Leach gaming profile. And by now, at this amount of time in the game, I already would have had a loadout. I feel like we would have already racked up enough looting through enough buildings to get that money together to actually get ourselves a loadout. Whereas they've got just ground loot, which is probably a bit difficult for later game.
Yeah, but there's a player close to them on the roof right now, so that player doesn't know where they are. So if they can take their time, both shoot at the same time, they can take them out. But now they're spotted, they're back down, and what we were scared about, Jeff, they only have a couple plates.
Wow, no plates anymore. Unless as time goes on, are they going to get a headshot on it? Can they take that player down? No is the answer. They might even have to do a tactical retreat on this one. Ahman has already pieced out. See you later, he says. Not my teammate. Good luck, Courtney. And she's downed. Is Ahman going to get over there for the revive, or will that team push off the roof? Yes, they will. Will they get the finish? It looks pretty certain at this point. No, they're thirsting. They're waiting for her teammate to come for the revive. She's down and out, and she'll be heading over to the gulag
as well. Yep, Ahman falls as well, and now they're both headed to the gulag. So, you know, they tried to play slow, try to play the long game, but they have another opportunity, right? That's one of the best things about Warzone is that when you die, you go to the gulag, and if you're more skilled, you come back with a new life. So we'll see if they're able to win their fights here.
Did you like that period where everything in the gulag seemed to be shotguns and sniper rifles? Or did that make you rage every single time you were sent down there? Speaking of which, shotguns straight off the bat.
It made me absolutely rage. When I would get an HDR or a Dragunov in the gulag, this small map, I would lose my mind. The shotgun's not so much, because I feel like I can just jiggle peek kill them, but see Phoenix, she's moving up with a 725 and she's going to win it.
Lovely shot to the back there. I think she hit him with a stun. Didn't necessarily take an advantage of that stun, but she did get the shot to the back, putting herself back into the gameplay. Ahman, unfortunately, not watching his flank and gets popped in the side of the head with a shotty. It's game over for him.
She's coming back in, all the stress on her shoulders. She's looking to go for that supply run. So if you saw, she pinged the ATV and the supply run. So it looks like the strategy is to grab the car, go get the supply run, get to the vendor that it marks, bring them on back, and reset.
Absolutely. I mean, obviously, I'm going big ball styles here. I probably would have grabbed the most wanted and just run out in the open. Bring it to me. That's the way you get the kills. Let them come to you.
No, yeah, 100%. I would have dropped on a squad, probably got smoked with a pistol, but you got to go for it. Loadout's in too, so she's going to have her weapons, so that's good.
How perfect was that? A loadout literally 2 foot to her left as she started to drive away there. She's gone for a nice little pusher class with her AX-50. She's got a sniper and, of course, an SMG there. One close, one distance. Good to have a ranged weapon, especially if they're going to be trying to hold circles later on, maybe trying to get some high ground on top of one of those rooftops, seeing as that seems to be their play style so far.
Yeah, the good thing about the MP7 is it's pretty good up close, but it also is good at range, right? So you don't always have to use your sniper. If you miss a couple shots, you can whip out that MP7, and it's like one of the more versatile weapons in the game. And it's been consistently that good since the beginning, too. So she's probably got a lot of experience using this in Warzone.
I'll tell you what, if you could, for a day, Activision put you in charge of their games, Infinity Ward invite you in with a dev team, and they say, right, everything you tell us to do, Nameless, is happening today. What would be the first weapon you would get rid of from the game?
All right, well, first and foremost, if Infinity Ward did that, the game would be absolutely incredible. But the first weapon I would get rid of in the game, honestly, it wouldn't even be a weapon. I think it would just be some attachments, right? Like I'd get rid of monolithic suppressor because I don't think everybody should be shooting silent guns at all times. I think it's probably the most OP attachment in the game right now, and it has been since the beginning. So I'd probably get rid of that right away, and I think the meta would get way better.
For me, man, it's got to be... Oh, taking a shot from the back of the head there. She is going to get the revive, though. She's got to do it nice and quick. Lovely. Ahman is back in the fray, joins his squad mate. We're just in the nick of time, to be honest, because she's getting lit up by a team near to that buy station. For me, brother, if I was going to get rid of something, it's got to be get rid of the riot shields and get rid of those RPGs. Like, it adds absolutely nothing to Warzone for me except RPG spammers and camping F-boys.
Oh, yeah. 100% both of those can go, right? The C4, let's get rid of that, too. I'm so sick of being on a roof or something. Somebody C4'd me up a ladder. No skill, Jeff. Don't tell me you use... Actually, I use the C4, too.
Stop it. Have you ever C4'd out of a helicopter onto another helicopter in midair?
What? No, that sounds incredible, though. You have a clip of that?
It's glorious. It exists, yeah. It's in my highlights. You can check it out on my YouTube channel, Jeff Leach TV. There you go. Nice plug.
Yeah.
Thanks, man. Thanks for setting them up.
I got you.
Now, speaking of plugs, you obviously... Oh, hang on a second. We got a little engagement going on here. It looks like Courtney is down. She's being thirsted by that team from earlier. They're pushing aggressively on her for the finish. Will Ahman get down there in time to support his team out? He will not. She's going to be sent out of the game, but Ahman is still up, running around the inside of the stadium roof, it looks like, or glitched into the actual upper stadium area. Amazing.
Ahman's back in the glory days, dude, the NFL days, bro. He's in the stadium. He's like, why is nobody in the crowd, though? What's going on? But he's got a pistol.
Where's my team, man? Where's my fan base, bro?
Yeah, there's just no loot here, so this is scary for their squad.
If nothing else, he could just actually lay on the ground and peacefully chant some mantras to himself and at least get themselves into a top 10 finishing place.
Yeah, you know, they are in circle, right? And stadium is huge. There's endless amounts of hiding spots. So I think the play right now is just trying to figure out what you want to do. But do you really have to move? You're kind of center circle.
I mean, if they don't move, that's going to be a really interesting 20 to 30 minutes of gameplay for us to shoutcast.
Found us a bird.
Yeah, I mean, we could just plug, you know, our Twitch, our YouTube, things like that, and, you know, talk about what we would change in the game. But there's a chopper right there.
I mean, we're in the stadium anyway, right? We're in the
Yeah,
stadium
I'm
anyway.
hoping
Surely it's about time for you to break into song and give us your rendition of the American national anthem.
Yeah, no, let's not do that. I don't know if you've ever heard me sing, but it's absolutely terrible. I think I'll just stick to grinding Warzone and analyzing COD.
Well, I was going to break out my Fergie impression, but I think I'll save that for another day. Right, in the chopper, he hops, hoping, I assume, to go and pick up either a scavenger, a supply run, or perhaps even a most wanted, seeing as he has the height in that helo. Or he's going to ride over to that loadout, grab his guns, and then decide what to do next from there. That seems to be the play right now.
Yeah, he needs to find some money for plates, but he has to be careful. I mean, he's alone, no plates, and the loadout usually drops near other loadouts, so there could be players around here. But so far, so good. Nobody's even shot at him yet, and he's kind of on like the outskirts of the map, so hopefully he can get this gun, get his loadout, get out of here, and bring Phoenix back.
Well, he's doing just that right now. There we go. Running with the AX-50 and the MP5 as well. It seems that the two of them favor the same guns. Back to the chopper he goes as he receives a few shots. Threat level is on 2 right now. He's being thirsted by a bounty team after him. Just saw a sniper scope glinting in his peripheral vision there, but manages to escape. Threat level is back down to 1. He's going to land this chopper, grab that supply run, and try and get Courtney back up. She must be biting her nails right now, hoping they can do the business. But there you go. Ooh, being lit up from below. That will not be the supply run he's going to be going after.
Yeah, there's a team there right on that supply run. That kind of throws a wrench in their plans, and now he's got to kind of regroup and make a new plan. So there's a chopper on his back, a car below him. Now this is the Warzone we're talking about, and he almost just collided straight into a tree. That would have been a hilarious ending.
If that had been a tree death, I think we would have celebrated that in all its glory. Oh, speaking of which, stop flying into the trees, bro. This is why you should never let a man who has taken far more concussions to the side of his head fly your helo. It's never going to work out. Thirsted by the other team. As you can see, he's been hunted. The other team is in the helo and pursuing him hard. He's got some life left on that helo. It's going down to half strength. Are they going to be able to blow him up in the time? He is just trying to eat this out as long as possible.
We might see that clip that you were talking about with the C4 throwing at it from the chopper to chopper.
Exactly. This is the most Jason Bourne thing I've ever seen. Helo chases in the sky. Threat level drops to orange. Does that mean they've given up the chase? No, it does not. But it does mean he's got a little bit of a lead on them. Hopefully, he can get himself out of that helo. Well, he's definitely out of it now.
He ditched the helo, and now he's just trying to find some loot. But the threat level is red. They're on his heels, and this is a terrible situation. He has no plates. There's probably going to be a team of 2 pushing him right now. He's close to downtown, and there it is.
And a camper sitting upstairs in the building probably flew down, went through the upper stairs windows, and they're good night, see you later, and thank you very much for the kill. Wow, well, maybe not the finish we were looking for there, I imagine, Courtney and Ahman. I mean, valiant effort from both of you. Came back from the ghoulies, managed to get a revive. Unfortunately, it was enough to carry you through to a decent position or many kills racked up on the leaderboard. What went wrong?
I don't know. I guess I had a bad angle on this guy going through, and then Gulag went well, and then jumping back onto the loadout, already had guys on us, and then Ahman had to get chased out by a chopper for a bounty, so that kind of was unfortunate for him.
I mean, speaking of that helo evasion and that bounty hunter, Ahman, if you were getting kill points for taking out trees, you would have racked out at least 5 to 6 points on that.
Yeah.
He's in Warzone, so that's the first. I wish that was an achievement to unlock, but I guess not. But it's all good. It was fun and games. Love playing with Courtney. Have fun with her. Good comms, and I wish I could have, had better loadouts and had a shield to at least last a little bit longer.
Well, my man, I feel like you already unlocked the achievement of mega lols and epic memes in today's match of Warzone, if nothing else. But like I say, valiant effort. Fortunately, didn't go the way you wanted to. I saw that when you dropped immediately, you picked up that bounty, which myself and Nameless thought meant you might be pushing aggressively to try and get high kill games. But then it looked like you were going to camp in that building. Was that the strategy?
It was a thought process. I was thinking about it. Then I was like, let me get shields because I didn't have nothing. I had mostly just the handgun given at the first one, and then when I came back, when Courtney got me out of the gulag, I got my loadout. But then it was just trying to find somewhere to try to buy her back, or just try to make the best of it.
Well, like I say, valiant effort nonetheless. Thank you so much. Congratulations. Unfortunately, not going to be a huge amount of points up on the board on that one, but maybe when you're partnered up with your second duo partnership, things will change. Okay, so switching over to our second duo partnership, going full center for dance, that will be, of course, Diana, again teaming up with Ahman Green. So Diana, I don't know if you got to see any of that previous game, but do you have a plan of action going into this Warzone match for how you're going to get some kills and get those points for final finish?
So I didn't get to see the last match, but I have a couple of different strats in mind. So I've got my BDE strat, which is you always have to wear the crown, or the recon strat, which is we grab a helo and just get as many recons as possible. So I'm ready to do this.
Okay, lovely. And what about you, Ahman? What are you going to take from that first game into the second match and do slightly differently, do you think?
Oh man, try to find some loot boxes, get some shields first. Let's start there first so I can protect myself and my teammate.
I like that. Go maybe dropping on the map on a high loot area, maybe lots of buildings that you can travel through nice and rapidly, open up as many boxes as possible and get yourself properly kitted out this time.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Fantastic. All right, well, they seem ready. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for match number 2 in Warzone? Whilst our teammates here wait for a suitably sweaty lobby to dive into, Nameless, what did you think of our Airmen's efforts in that last match?
I thought it was a tough game. They definitely had a strategy going into it. They didn't find the right loot, and they get taken out early, and that threw a wrench in it. From then on out, they were just getting hunted. They got unlucky. The bounty got put on them. They were getting chased.
You know what? Listen, you're being so nice and so democratic with it. I love that. You're being very diplomatic. My apologies. Not democratic. I don't know which way you vote. It doesn't matter. Diplomatic. The point I'm trying to make, though, is I feel like they didn't get any loot because they didn't move. If they'd actually gone through a few buildings, a little faster rate of movement, they would have found more kit and then hopefully been better equipped to actually take on those engagements.
Yeah, the thing is, like, when you land in a spot like that, you have to clear all those buildings out to get the loot, right? There's not going to be a ton of loot in one building. If you're going to land somewhere and stay there, it has to be like a big spot, like Superstore or TV station or something like that. So maybe Diana will bring in a different strategy here. We'll see. We'll see what she's got cooking up.
We'll see what's going on. Hopefully, they won't get any more helos, and if they do, maybe they should let Diana fly it.
Well, I'm going to hit my vMix with a refresh so we can get the crisp quality going into this one. So
Let's
I
do it.
can not miss anything. All right. There we go. Yeah, I want to see some more aggression.
I want to see. I mean, she was talking about, Diana there was talking about that BDE, which is obviously that big energy. And I'm hoping she goes for that. If she drops hot, grabs the most wanted, keeps the crown over her head, and lets the players come to her for the kills, that actually could be a pretty decent strategy.
Yeah, I heard Ahman talking about grabbing a shield and stuff. So I think he's talking about a riot shield. So that isn't going to be an aggressive playstyle, but she's talking about BD, he's talking about riot shield, so it seems like they're not on the same page. But it could make
absolutely. One wants to camp and the other one wants to go full force.
Yeah, so and campers get punished in Warzone right now. Everybody hates the campers right now, so
as they should.
You gotta get
as
in there.
They should. You're done warming up. Stand by for deployment in Warzone. I feel like that actually the best play ultimately, and we saw this in episode 2, in fact, and from one of our previous teams from Nameless Air Base, the best play and the best strat seems to be go full aggression off the rip, try and get as many kills as possible, and as those circles get smaller and smaller and smaller, I'm talking like the last 3 circles especially, take an incredibly defensive standpoint and just hold out, let the other squads eliminate each other, and get yourself up in that top 10 placement.
Yeah, that's like a typical strategy that you see in some of the placement point tournaments that we have. Like, people try to get a ton of kills off the rip. In the middle of the game, they're waiting around a little bit, and then they get a bunch of kills at the very end too. But they're landing all the way top right in Quarry. There's not gonna be too many people here, but the good thing is there's a ton of loot. So if they're gonna do this remote landing, you gotta get cash, loadouts, you gotta get set up for the game.
Absolutely, and also, as you can see, she has highlighted that most wanted mission, so I'm hoping that means they want to grab that. After 2.5 minutes, they'll have some decent cash in the bank. I think you get like, what, 4,500 or something like that for completing that, which should put them at enough to get a loadout very early on in the game. Like we say, be a little better equipped for those later engagements.
Yeah, he just did a panoramic view of the sky. Ain't nobody going to Quarry. So
Love
they
that.
should be good.
Also
They
giving us
should
a little mid. That's probably the first mid-parachute twerk I've ever seen in my entire life, and it was glorious.
Yeah, you know, somebody's inspired by the new WAP video.
There you go. He's giving the old meat and 2 veg and airing out. Why not? Seeing as you're up there, might as well kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Right, straight in, grabbing that most wanted mission. Nice chunk of cash there, straight off the rip. Grab that molly as well. I do like seeing someone pushing to get as much loot as quickly as possible. It looks like Diana again is another Warzone aficionado here. She's got herself some plates. She'll be able to be stacked nicely. A decent AR, full plates, and now changing her horizontal sensitivity.
Hold on. That said 6.6, I think. She's moving like she's on 2020. Why does this look so fast? He's got some WD-40 on the joysticks.
There you go. She's got really, really nimble fingers. I mean, she is an airman. Oh! Did not even hear that team creep up on her left. She'll be sent straight to the gulag there. Leaving Ahman alive and down. Oh, my apologies. That was Ahman sent to the ghoulie. And it looks like so has Sweetest Mage as well. Both of them will be sent to the ghoulie by that team.
Nice.
A lovely kill there.
Big win.
And a nice little 360 over that wall just to show off.
All right, let's see if Ahman, if he can win his gulag. Remember when you used to spawn in the gulag with just fist? Just fist and like a throwing knife? I hated that. You like that? You're a psycho.
Oh, I loved it. So, one of them back from the ghoulie. Obviously, Ahman is still waiting for his match. Diana is back down on the ground. And here we go. Ahman loading into his gulag match.
He's got the VOK Rogue shotgun. This is the worst shotgun in the game. With Claymore. This is like the worst loadout you can get in Gulag. So if he wins this, I'll be thoroughly impressed.
This could be nice, though.
He sees him.
Especially with that. I was thinking with that smoke and that mine placed down, that could have worked out really well for him if that guy had pushed more aggressively on the left-hand side of the map. Unfortunately, that's not the way it went.
All right, so let's see what Diana's play is. Here is some cash right there that she's reluctantly going to grab.
Hearing footsteps, I think. She's hearing some footsteps below her in the building, which is why she's crouched and moving around so slowly. She can hear another team moving around down there. The last thing she wants is to push too aggressively, get lit up, and it's game over for her.
Yeah, I was actually surprised that there were a few squads that landed Quarry. He didn't see anybody in the sky when he did his wraparound. So, I don't know. They must have gotten down there like super early. But right now, she's trying to figure out where to loot, and she marks the neighborhood over there, which is typically pretty safe. She needs about $3 grand to bring back Ahman.
Oh, there we go. Dropping the pistol altogether so she can run faster away from the team behind her. Not a bad strat. Except if she gets lit up by someone, and then she'll have no gun to play with, because that Origin has definitely got no range.
Yeah, so I believe last game they had 1 kill and they placed top 25. So got kind of deep into the game. So right now they're on par. It's not really big. It's not a big performance to beat, but something to beat nonetheless.
Absolutely. We might find out that actually Courtney and her team, well, Courtney and Ahman obviously did enough in that previous game to get the win out of the 2 of these players. We'll see what happens in match number 3 as well. Maybe they go a bit more aggressive. She's got some loot now, at least. She has got herself an AR and a decoy grenade. Can come in quite handy if necessary.
Dude, those decoy grenades stress me out in Superstore when somebody tosses it down. I'm always trying to run at it, and I'm like, it's a decoy, and I just get surrounded by like 3 people. It's one of the few ways I get taken out.
It's either that, right, or the gas mask animation. That seems to be the way that I get killed most.
Yeah, gas mask animation, or the when they used to drop into a black hole and your screen looked like a garbage bag that was just floating in the wind. That was one I remember.
She's got a little mark there, pings that player. Decides not to get the engagement. She is playing nice and stealthy and also reasonably conservative right now. Which makes sense, I guess, until she gets her teammate back. Big wad of cash over there, maybe enough to get the revive, especially after she's grabbed that one. There we go, she's got enough to get Ahman back up in action. Can she make it across to that vendor just on her right-hand side? Ooh, cheeky little free cluster strike, not bad as well.
Yeah, this is like sketch though, because if she goes over to that vendor and buys him back, it's gonna like put the ping in the sky that somebody was bought back at that vendor and she can get pushed. So she's got to be tactical about this. Maybe wait for them to go and buy something, take them out, and then buy them back. But I wouldn't jump the gun right away.
You're a much more considered player than I am, which makes sense because there you go. There was a player over there trying to get a revive on his teammate already. She sends a cluster strike in, hoping it will find its mark. Time will tell. Will she get a knock? Will she get a kill? Unfortunately, neither of those. They probably made themselves scarce and got inside that building before those bombs dropped.
Yeah, now she's got to get this vehicle and move away, but she's got to get going, right? Because Ahman's going to need to drop, get some loot, get his loadout. So she has the money. Don't hold on to it for too long. Get to a vendor, buy him back, regroup, and start to try to pop off.
That's what she seems to be doing right now, trying to find one of the least sweaty vendors on the map so she can get over there, hopefully, like you say, without getting C4'd by someone like me, tossing it over a wall in a line of driving. But if she can get over here and get the revive, they'll be back in a pretty serious situation. She saw some players on that buy station, immediately doubles back, 180s, gets the hell out of there as quickly as she can.
Yeah, it's on to the next one. It's like, okay, when people are here, I'm going to the next one. I'm out of here. It's like the safest way to play ever, but I respect it. She finally found a clear vendor. Mine's about to come back. Loadout's down on the ground. They're in a decent position, but there's people here.
We spoke too soon. A team of 2, take her down, coming straight out here in the vehicle, and it's game over for Diana and Ahman. 49th placed, only 1 kill, I believe, between the 2 of them. 184 damage. Not the performance we were hoping for to take her into the higher rankings. Wowsy, bowsy. An absolute swear fest as well. Diana, you do not look pleased right now. What happened there? You went to buy vendor to vendor to vendor, and every single one of them was camped out, and unfortunately the final one, they just took you out.
Yeah, unlucky, I guess. Oh well.
You look really upset. What would you like to have happened differently there?
I'm just a little disappointed. Just unlucky. Sometimes you get good lobbies, sometimes you get bad ones.
Hey, listen,
I
on
did
the
the
plus
best I
side, let
could.
me just say, even if you didn't necessarily get the kills you were looking for, the placement you were looking for, you have some of the most perfect white teeth I've ever seen in my entire life. And those are going to be with you for life. Even when this game has been replaced by a new one in the franchise, you're going to still have that winning smile. Now, Ahman, pretty solid performance from you this time round. I mean, both of you had a difficult play straight off the rip, but you went into the ghoulie. Diana came back. What happened in your gulag match?
I was trying to smoke him out in one side of it, on the right side, but then he actually came out of that and hit me twice with that shotgun, and I didn't realize that was like the worst weapon in the game through a Nameless comment there. I was like, oh, okay. At least I know I got the
VLK is definitely not known for its prowess, especially not in the gulag. But I do feel like the gulag lends itself to players like you who have a lot more of that multiplayer experience.
Yeah, because if it depends on the weapon I get, then I know I could play in there a little bit better. But when new weapons, different weapons, that fire rate is a little slower, that throws me off a little bit.
Well, again, You put in all the effort you could. We appreciate you taking part there, my man. This is not over for you. You've got one more player to go up with. Diana, any final thoughts or moving forward, what you could have done differently? Do you think you would have still gone for the most wanted straight off the bat? Quite a ballsy move.
Actually, yes, that's pretty much my strategy. I honestly play to have fun. So, I mean, I lost, it kind of sucked, but a lot of the time when I stream, that's what I usually do. Is I go for the crown. It usually works out for me, to be fair, but of course it didn't this time, right? So, it is what it is.
Unfortunately not. Well, listen, thank you so much for taking part. Valiant effort again. We're going to be moving into our third and final duo partnership who will be dropping in the AO, ladies and gentlemen. Just to give you a little recap, that will be Alex. Here he is up on screen right now. And of course, again, by now, the pretty seasoned Ahman Green. If nothing else, you've had more unique experiences in your Warzone plays so far than you've ever had in Warzone ever.
Yeah. Being chased in a helicopter, that definitely was a new one on my list.
There we go. Right, so Alexander, you've got to hear how it's gone on the previous matches. Obviously, going straight off the rip with the most wanted didn't work out for the previous team. The play before that, a slow and steady approach, looting in a very slow manner and hoping to sort of camp out a building. That also didn't work. So what's going to be your strats going into your match of Warzone?
So my take on Warzone is it's a very gunner-heavy type of style, but it's very, you hole up in a position. I think I'm going to try to go for, loot as much as I can and try to push for a circle. I don't really play Warzone too much, so I'm going to play it like a traditional BR style where I kind of just loot, get what I need, and then I'll just push to the circle and play off of the edge or push to the middle depending on where it is. So we're just going to try and work together and see how that goes.
Lovely. I'm sure it's going to work out just perfectly for you. It'll be all right. Now, we actually saw you provide quite a bit of prowess in your plays earlier on with Ahman, actually. The two of you, when you were teamed up in the multiplayer matches, seemed to have great synergy, more so than any of the other players when they were teamed up in the 2v2s. So is that going to carry through into your Warzone matches? Are you going to have those good comms, do you think?
Definitely. Yeah, biggest thing that I love to do is just calm everything I'm doing. Some people don't like it, but I prefer, especially when playing with somebody brand new who you don't ever play with, it's good to calm out everything. It's better to be safe than sorry. So we're just going to keep trying to do that and see how that works.
Wonderful. All right, gentlemen, good luck. I hope it works out well for you. You've got not a high score to beat. You only need to get more than one kill and get a higher placement than I think around 25th is where our first team came. So hopefully that happens for you. We'll see in this third and final match of Warzone, ladies and gents. And of course, joining me to talk about that will be the one and the only Nameless. Good to have you back, man.
Yeah, dude, I'm feeling good about this last one. I think Alex and Ahman are ready. I'm a little bit worried though. I saw Ahman wiping his eyes, looking like he's getting a little bit tired, but we need full energy right now. We need to see a win. So let's see what these guys can do as they drop into Verdansk.
Absolutely. And we'll see what kind of a loadout they run with as well. I feel like a lot of the loadouts haven't necessarily lent themselves to the style of play that the previous teams have tried to execute.
Yeah, their initial strategies so far have not worked out. So I'm hoping we see like a hot drop. Alex was one of the airmen that I was actually having trouble with in gunfights. So I think he might be kind of prepared to play. He said he wasn't too familiar with Warzone, but if you can shoot straight, it's going to work out. So his shot was pretty good. I expect him to be getting some kills.
Exactly. I mean, he was definitely very sparing with his ammo, only using the bullets he needs to get those kills, always headshots. And I mean, himself and Gilberto seem to be the strongest players in those multiplayer matches, so maybe he'll show some more prowess in this Warzone match.
Yeah, possibly. I think so far, when they were picking their loadouts, we saw MP5s, MP7s. We haven't seen any kilos yet, or any M4s. So hopefully when they drop, maybe they're grabbing some ARs, because those dominate Warzone right now. It's like a 4-shot kill, even if they have armor. It's super quick.
Absolutely. Agreed. We'll see what the loadouts are when they finally get one in game. Also just moving around a little bit more, getting some more money and stacking some cash early on, which none of the teams seem to really have done.
Yeah, nobody's done that yet so far. They've just been getting in engagements early on. Did you do the Easter egg that came out for the Cold War teaser? That was like super
I have
dope.
indeed, yeah. I liked it. It was great with the little
seeing them on
glitches
Dam
and then
right
running
now.
towards the stadium.
Yeah, seeing them on Dam right now is reminding me of when I went down to get the sword, and I thought it was gonna be a sword, but it ended up being the carbine. Yeah, I was angry, bro.
But look, listen, just to make it very clear, straight off the rip, Alex, I know we're only in a pre-game lobby, but as you can see, he's already racking up the kills there. 4 kills, keeping his head on a swivel, 5 kills. I think we're going to see a high kill game from Alex, and as long as he doesn't get taken out by either a third party or, you know, being pushed by 2 when he doesn't have a player with him, then he should get some high kills and hopefully get a few points on the leaderboard.
Yeah, I actually didn't realize that was him right there right away, and he was beaming people. He got like 4 or 5 kills in a row, just absolutely frying. So he looks like he knows what he's doing. And Ahman's character kind of looks like him a little bit.
I feel like Ahman actually has bigger forearms than Lurch, which I didn't even know that was physically possible. The guy is a unit, an absolute unit. In fact, Mara, though, she looks a little bit more like me, I think. Tight clothing, cute. You know, hair always on point. That's all we're looking for.
Yeah, you know, nice thighs. Yep, the full package. You got it, Jeff. There you go.
Are you saying I have nice eyes?
I said, first of all, that would have been weird, but I said thighs, and I don't know why. It was the first thing that came to mind when I was thinking about Mara's character.
Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here, chat. Nameless likes them thick.
Oh, pistol off the rip out of the sky. We'll see if we can get this kill.
There you go.
This guy's squaring up, dude. He wants to fight.
Could be a bit could be a bit thirsty. Could be a bit of a thirsty engagement. He's just letting Ahman head down on his own. And it seems like they might split off now and give up that engagement.
Yeah, where are they going? Promenade? Okay. So Promenade's kind of a hot spot. This is like one of the first places to drop out of the plane. So there's going to be a couple teams here that they're going to have to deal with. Ahman's already on the ground. And he has no plates, so he's getting attacked right now.
Yeah, I think that's what we saw, that engagement from Alexander. Clearly, he was trying to support Ahman, who was getting lit up from the drop, from the plane already. Maybe he was trying to dissuade that player from pursuing Ahman any further. There you go, gives him a plate, says, grab that, my man. Get yourself plated up, and we'll continue from there. A real team player, what a legend.
All right, dropping him some loot, getting him ready to go. There's players everywhere right here, so you can get a ton of kills. So get some money, get some guns. They got some AR, shotguns. This is looking like a typical early game loot. And yeah, he knows what he's doing. You can see it by the movement.
Absolutely. That slide, that slide cancel clearly shows the kind of movement that you get from the more seasoned Warzone players.
There's a team right below them. He shot bullets at him, but Ahman didn't go to engage. I think he's waiting for a weapon, so he's going to give him his Odin, I think. So they both have an AR, so that's good. But they should take this fight quick. Those players right below them, they should engage right away.
And are they going to be pushing them aggressively? That's the question. He's literally going, here's guns. Guns for you, guns. Come down, please, pick them up. I don't think camping in the top of this building is going to be the play, though. He needs to get up on that roof, get some eyes.
Yeah, they're playing a bit scared right now. They have to find those guys, otherwise they're just going to wait for them to come down. See, this is the same thing that happened the last couple games. They went to the building, their early engagement, they didn't force it, and then you end up getting trapped. But lucky for them, they're getting loot still. So they have plates.
Well, you can definitely see just by the movement and just by Navan, you know, his general movement, his looting, it's faster, it's more precise. He's clearly got a lot more experience in this. Sliding around the corners of those banisters, dropping another plate for Ahman, like, there you go, grab that, mate. At the moment, he seems to be babysitting a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. Ahman doesn't want this plate. He's like, I don't need it. All right, you keep your plate. I'm good.
Have you seen the size of my forearms?
I think those players are dipping in the chopper right now. So I think they're clear. You can move, go get some loot, and fire some warning shots. Like, don't come back, yo. Don't come back here. We got guns.
There you go. Pulls up the minimap and marks another player who clearly pinged up there. We saw that red mark. We know there's someone nearby. Oh, a nice free gas mask as well. Always loved that for those later circles. Just saved himself $3,000.
All right, so he just picked up some sort of epic weapon. I think that it might be, what, is that a scar or something? I don't know. Some epic weapon, so that's some good ground loot. All these variants, I can't keep up nowadays.
Yeah, the issue, even with those legendary weapons, though, unfortunately, some of those ground loot legendary weapons, the recoil on them are so ridiculous. It's not even worth picking them up. I'd much rather pick up like a green Bruin, something that's just going to be steady and an absolute laser beam in engagements with high ammo capabilities.
My favorite initial weapon is the Uzi. No lie. Any Uzi, even the gray one. I like finding the Uzi off the rip. I just think it's disgusting.
Agreed. Agreed. Uzi and Bruin, for me, will be the ultimate immediate ground loot pickups. Right, making his way over to the buy station. Not quite sure what he wants to pick up there with $3,300. Realistically, he needs to loot this fire station, hopefully make a little bit more cash. Or perhaps he's just going to buy it. No, he's not going to buy a little gas mask for his teammate. He's done enough babysitting. He's like, let's make some money.
He's got a Car 98K, and he's got an AR. Money's still looking a little bit scarce, but they could actually buy a UAV if they wanted. So, like, at this point, when there's 3 minutes and you're playing this slow, you can just wait for the first loadout to drop. So I'd probably buy a UAV right now, pop it, get in some engagements, then grab the loadout.
Having a little look over those rooftops there, over by the Ferris wheel. A favorite camping spot of players in Warzone. Trying to see if anyone might be up top and able to be headshotted from the tower of the fire station.
Yeah, I hate that Ferris wheel area. That whole area over there, especially when it gets closer to that monument, is a nightmare for me. Every time I go over there, there's HDRs and AX-50s just sniping at me. Like, you know what? I'm good, all right? I'll just go back over to, like, Superstore.
Not sure what you spotted over there on the passageway. Oh, there we go. A live ping up on the rooftop. So he's a player who doesn't seem to spot him back. He'll know where he's at right now. Manages to pop him once. Will he get a crack or a down? Misses that shot. Nice crack on the armor there. He's just one shot.
Yeah, the problem with the green Car 98 is it's 3 body shots. And you basically have to headshot or they're going to get away. If they have thumbs, they're going to get away from you. But he's in a power position right now. But there comes the bullets.
Ooh, getting lit up from another direction. Terrified he was going to die to full damage there in that tower ladder.
Yeah, somebody's on them. Somebody's literally close, right on them on the second floor, I believe. And one guy's out there on the vendor. So Ahman's getting pressured. He's going to have to assist him right now, and you got to be careful here because if there's a player on that second floor, he can drop down and kill you.
He's got Ahman watching the front door. If I were him, I'd be using that those fireman poles. You can actually drop down into the garage beneath and get a nice little drop down behind the players who might be pushing you up the stairs. Hasn't opted for that right now. Drops a trophy system to ensure he doesn't get an RPG spammer just powering through the window. Ignores the Bruin up top. He'll hold on to that legendary weapon.
Enemy here.
Sees that player go in the back of the truck. He is stuck in there. If he can get that thermite inside.
Ahman's down. He has them super weak though. He might be able to save them. There's one player down there that's cracked.
I got you.
Looks like both teams might be doing a revive right now, trying to get their teammates back up. Ahman is back in the game. He drops a plate for him. Stop using all my loot, he says.
There it is. That's the
lovely team wipe there. The finish is strong. They got a ton of cash there, and they've now got enough to buy a loadout if they choose to. A loadout also drops directly outside of the fire station for them. This has put them in a much stronger position than they were just a few moments ago.
Yep, and they have some money. They got over 10 grand, so they can buy what they need. And Navan is beaming right now. You saw that snipe to the guy up top. That's the same guy that was there before. You can buy some streaks, UAVs, whatever you need. You can get set. And there's the down.
Nice
buy a precision. Buy a precision.
Down.
Make the big brain play.
No, he's going to throw a thermite 7,000 meters. Didn't work. See, there you go. He needs those.
Yeah.
He needs that 300 gamer IQ that you've got, brother. Should have got the precision. Should have sent it in right now, especially. Oh, here we go. There we go. Big brain plays. Especially as the other guy is rezzing his teammate. Can he get a double knock? That would be even more beautiful. A complete team wipe could be incoming right now. Unfortunately,
it was
doesn't
just
get the
a little
finish.
bit too late. It was a little bit too late. If he did it right away, he would have got a team wipe.
But he will have a chance to get his load out. Now he's going to be in a much stronger position, using the guns he's so used to using. One up on the heartbeat sensor there. He's got 121 meters up on the rooftop.
Yeah, there's players on each roof. So if they successfully team push this one guy up here, they will have the height advantage on the building next to them, I believe. So should be able to get a two-piece here if they go quick enough. But that player's not pinging on that heartbeat anymore. So he could have jumped to the other side, and now you're dealing with a straight-up battle.
Absolutely. May well have pushed across to the other roof of the other building where he was lighting up those two players before with that precision airstrike. Time will tell.
Yep, they're still on that roof. So now they have the height advantage. They've made the play. I think you just keep the M4 out and just blast this guy.
He's going full send now. Sees the player on the opposite roof. Okay, so that was fair enough. Throws the C4 in, hoping to get the knock. Didn't even get the down there. I don't think.
He thought he was Peyton Manning right there.
All right, that player's made it back inside the building. Unfortunately, missed out on the finish there.
Yeah, this is a long, drawn-out fight.
This is also what happens to a lot of players in Warzone. They'll get very fixated on one or two players they're trying to light up, and they forget to look in the opposite direction. As he was ADS'd in on that player on the rooftop, directly ahead of him, the player to the left managed to get the knock on him. That's because he wasn't keeping his head on a swivel.
Yeah, I think he just got sniped in the head. So right now you got to be conservative. You got to be careful. You still have money. You can go buy UAV, plates, whatever you need. But you got to really want these kills, right? So there's a player pushing. Ahman's going to go down from the building to his left. Clusters inbound, and all hell has broken loose.
And it's a finish there. He gets popped. It's a melee finish from the other team off the roof, sending him down to the gulag to try and prove his mettle in the prison.
Yeah, you called it. They got fixated on that team. They should have fought him quicker, but it's just a tough spot. Building the building fight, and they're peeking you like that. But they have another opportunity. Pistols out, throwing knives in the gulag.
Oh, unlucky. Ahman managed to get a couple of hits there, but doesn't get the finish on that player. And now it's all down to Alex, a.k.a. Navan.
Wait, so far I think the first squad with Courtney is winning. Is like if he were to die here, they would have the most kills or like the best placement.
Absolutely,
is they're
correct.
26th. Yeah.
Woo!
Oh, no.
Now the only thing that might carry them through are kills. 26th position, only one kill between the two of them. Proving that it doesn't matter how hard you can slap in multiplayer, that makes absolutely no difference to the plays in the war zone. One kill, 26th position. It's all over, unfortunately, for this brave young airman. Mate, Alex, I mean, of all the players we've seen playing Warzone today from the base, it seemed like you are definitely the most seasoned, the most experienced in terms of your movement, your engagement, picking up loot, moving fast, knowing where to do those big brain plays like that precision airstrike on the roof across from you when you were trying to take out those snipers that you downed. Unfortunately, when it came down to it, that aggression seems to have backfired on you a little bit, and you placed 26th.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. Definitely some miscommunications. I wasn't calling out things properly, and we weren't on the same page. So I definitely will take some blame on that. But I'm pretty happy with how we took those fights. We took those fights together, and in the end, it just turned out that way. So
The teamwork was there, the synergy was there. Ahman, you definitely were a lot more aggressive on that time. You were giving a lot more support for your teammate as well. Was it just getting into the regularity of playing Warzone now? You feel like you have a better flow for the game mode?
Yeah. I usually am a slow starter in every game I play, especially the shooters. It takes me 1 or 2 or 3 rounds to really get going, get my footing, and get comfortable.
Well, you definitely showed some improvement in that last game there as well. So I think anyone would be proud to run with you in the Warzone. Alex, unfortunately, mate, not enough kills as well, despite the fact that you did a huge amount of damage, a number of different knocks that you got on different players, but not enough to get enough kills to push you to the top of the leaderboard in points.
Yeah, we were right there. Just a lot of missed opportunities.
Was there anything that you would have done differently if you were given your chance again to run the Warzone match?
I definitely think positioning was not the greatest. I think we had a good spot, but I just didn't take a good defensive angle while Ahman was kind of being the aggressor. And so he ended up going down. And next time, I think if we were to run again, it's just a matter of, that what is it called? The switch gameplay, where you kind of have one person be the aggressor and the other be the defender. I just got to be a better defender.
I want to see, if you go down there again, I think you should just equip Ahman with a riot shield and just have him and those powerful forearms run up to players and smash them directly in the face.
I agree. That would be amazing to see.
That sounds good.
Look at that, man. Ladies and gentlemen, your arms are bigger than my legs. It's so embarrassing for me. Ladies and gentlemen, give up for both these guys, absolute legends, and working together as a team and keeping the spirit of what Call of Duty should be, which is positivity, friendship, and enjoyable gameplay. So, ladies and gentlemen, Alexander Young coming out on top. And folks, that means after that Warzone match, we now have our JBSA Lackland team confirmed. Alexander Young, Courtney Touche, and Diana Reed, who are going to be going head-to-head with the other air bases in the finale of the Command Clash.
All right, Jeff, well, as always, we're going to see you next week. Thank you again for an awesome day.
Thank you very much, and make sure to catch me 6 days a week on facebook.gg/JeffLeachComedian, and I'll be playing some Warzone matches and showing you how it's done, soldiers. Now, I got to go because Captain Price wants his dinner on the table by 7, and he gets very, very handsy if I don't do it. See you in a bit.
Well, that might have been a little TMI. I don't know. But goodbye now to our special guests right here. Ahman, any final words from you? It's been a pleasure having you here.
Yeah, it's been fun. I had a great time with the troops, a great time with you, and meeting Nameless virtually. This has been cool because I've been watching him and Maven and crew all year on CDL League and the championship with this past weekend. They did an outstanding job there, and I'm hyping that up because that's my new favorite shooter. Obviously, I need to get better at it, which I'm very happy to do. And Nameless, when you got any tips, shoot them my way. I'll definitely welcome them in.
I got you, man.
And my team here. Yeah, appreciate it.
Me too. One in on this. Ahman, you're great. And also then to the one who shall remain nameless. No? Okay, yeah. I know. I'm gonna go home now. That's what we're trying to do. Nameless, you've been awesome. Any final words for our guests here?
Well, thank you and everybody who's been involved, especially the guys there in the Airmen crew. They were fantastic. Big shout out to Jeff Leach, you as well, and also Ahman Green. You are a legend, man. I'm down the game whenever. You spent a lot of years dominating my favorite team, the Bears, so I'm down the game whenever, man. I'll give you some tips whenever you need it, so hit me up.
All right, well, good night, gentlemen. We know what they're gonna go do. I'm just gonna, hang out in my own lonesome. It's fine. I'm here with you guys. You're all still here. And of course, our airmen. Let's say good night to them. A huge shout out, hypes in chat right now. You guys are all such great sports. Really appreciate you being here. And most importantly, so thankful and appreciative of your service. Thank you so much. I would like to just kind of go down the pipe here on last words from you guys. Let's start with Courtney at the top. Give us, where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitch, Phoenix_CBR. Thank you for asking. And yeah, this was great. I had an awesome time, and thank you for having me. This was just great.
Yay, can't wait to see you in the finale. And Diana, where can everyone find you?
Sweetest Mage on Twitch.
Wonderful. And last but not least, it's Alexander.
Twitch.tv/Nahvan, NHAVAHN. That's pretty much the only place that I stream, so.
All right. Well, there you have it. Everyone hype it up for our airmen moving on to the finale. You guys have a wonderful evening. We will see you in episode 6. How do I do it? Am I doing it right? Wait, it's kind of like bent in a little bit, right? I do this to you guys? I'm just like adding all the cringe tonight. All right, good night. That concludes our show, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. This has been JBSA Lackland Air Force Base. So a huge thank you to them for having us. Next week, we'll be going to the real boneyard, Davis-Monthan Air Force Base. So make sure to come on back. Same time, same place, every Saturday at 2 p.m. Pacific time. Until then, stay safe. Good night. Welcome to U.S. Air Force Command Clash, bringing active duty airmen and special guests to battle it out on the virtual grounds of Call of Duty Modern Warfare. We'll be taking you to 4 different air bases, but only one will be victorious. Jeff Leach, everyone.
This is your commanding officer, Ghost, ready to drop hot in the air and clap some of those noobs' cheeks. It's a bit of a cat and mouse chase right now, and it's a nice down there from Alex Nahvan. Wow, another down there as well. What a throw! Absolute beast move there. Welcome to the war zone. Oh!